The Alchemist by Ben Jonson. Act I seen I a room in Lovewit's house. Believed I will, thy worst, I fought at thee. Have you your wits? Why, gentlemen, for love, sirrah, I'll strip you what to do? Lick figs out at my rogue, out of all your slights. Nay, look ye, sovereign general, are you madmen? Oh, let the wild sheep loose, I'll gum your silks with good strong water, and you come. Will you have the neighbours hear you? Will you betray all? Hark, I hear somebody. Sirrah, I shall mar all that the tailor has made if you approach. You most notorious whelp, you insolent slave, dare you do this? Yes, faith, yes, faith. Why, who am I, my mongrel? Who am I? I'll tell you, since you know not yourself. Speak lower, rogue. Yes, you were once times not long past, the good, honest, plain, livery 3-pound thrum, that kept your master's worship's house here in the friars for the vacations. Will you be so loud? Since by my means, translated suburb captain, by your means, Dr. Dog, within man's memory, all this I speak of. Why, I pray you, have I been countenanced by you, or you by me? Do but collect, sir, where I met you first. I do not hear well. Not of this I think it, but I shall put you in mind, sir, at Pycona, taking your meal of steam in from cook's stalls, where, like the father of hunger, you did walk piteously costive with your pinched horn nose, and your complexion of the Roman wash, stuck full of black and melancholic worms, like powder cons shot at the artillery yard. I wish you could advance your voice a little. When you went pinned up in the several rags you had raked and picked from dunghills before day, your feet in mouldy slippers for your kibes, a felt of rug, and a thin threaden cloak that scarce would cover your no buttocks, so, sir? When all your alchemy and your algebra, your minerals, vegetals, and animals, your conjuring, cozening, and your dozen of trades could not relieve your caw with so much linen would make you tinder, but to see a fire, I gave you countenance, credit for your coals, your stills, your glasses, your materials, built you a furnace, drew you customers, advanced all your black arts, lent you beside a house to practice in your master's house, where you have studied the more thriving skill of bawdry since. Yes, in your master's house. You and the rats here kept possession. Make it not strange. I know you were one could keep the buttery hatch still locked, and save the chippings, sell the dole beer to aquavit men, the which, together with your Christmas veils at post and pair, your letting out of counters, made you a pretty stock, some 20 marks, and gave you credit to converse with cobwebs here, since your mistress death hath broke up house. You might talk softlier, rascal. No, you scarab, I'll thunder you in pieces. I will teach you how to beware to tempt a fury again, that carries tempest in his hand and voice. The place has made you valiant. No, your clothes. Thou vermin, have I ta'en thee out of dung, so poor, so wretched, when no living thing would keep thee company, but a spider, or worse. Raised thee from brooms and dust and watering pots, sublimed thee, and exalted thee, and fixed thee in the third region, called our state of grace. Wrought thee to spirit, to quintessence, with pains would twice have won me the philosopher's work, put thee in words and fashion, made thee fit for more than ordinary fellowships, given thee thy oaths, thy quarrelling dimensions, thy rules to cheat at horse race, cockpit, cards, dice, or whatever gallant tincture else, made thee a second in mine own great art, and have I this for thanks. Do you rebel? Do you fly out in the projection? Would you be gone now? Gentlemen, what mean you? Will you mar all? Slave, thou hadst had no name. Will you undo yourselves with civil war? Never be known, past equiclibinum, the heat of horse dung, underground, in cellars, or an alehouse darker than Deaf John's, been lost to all mankind, but laundresses and tapsters had not I been. Do you know who hears you, sovereign? Sirrah, nay, general, I thought you were civil. I shall turn desperate if you grow thus loud. And hang thyself I care not. Hang thee, collier, and all thy pots and pans in picture, I will, since thou hast moved me. Oh, this will o'erthrow all. Write thee up bawd in Paul's, have all thy tricks of cozening with a hollow coal, dust, scrapings, searching for things lost, with a sieve and shears, erecting figures in your rows of houses, and taking in of shadows with a glass, told in red letters, and a face cut for thee, worse than Gamaliel Ratsies. Are you sound? Have you your senses, masters? I will have a book, but barely reckoning thy impostures, shall prove a true philosopher's stone to printers. Away, you trencher rascal! Out, you dog leech, the vomit of all prisons, will you be your own destructions, gentlemen, still spewed out for lying too heavy on the basket. Cheetah, bawd, cowherd, conjurer, cutpurse, which, oh me, we are ruined, lost. Have you no more regard to your reputations? Where's your judgment? Slight, have yet some care of me, of your republic, away this brack. I'll bring thee rogue, within the statute of sorcery, tricesimo tertio of Harry the Eighth, aye, and perhaps thy neck within a noose for laundering gold and bobbing it. Snatches faces sawed. You'll bring your head within a coxcomb, will you? And you, sir, with your menstru, dashes Suttle's vial out of his hand. gather it up. Death, you abominable pair of stinkids, leave off your barking and grow one again. Ah, by the light that shines, I'll cut your throats. I'll not be made a prey unto the marshal, for ne'er a snarling dog-bolt of you both. Have you together cozened all this while, and all the world, and shall it now be said, you've made most courteous shift to cozen yourselves. To face, you will accuse him. You will bring him in within the statute. Who shall take your word? A Hossan, upstart, apocryphal captain, whom not a Puritan in Blackfriars will trust so much as for a feather, to settle. And you, too, will give the cause, forsooth? You will insult, and claim a primacy in the divisions? You must be chief? As if you only had the powder to project with, and the work were not begun out of equality? The venture tripartite? All things in common, without priority? Death, you perpetual curs, fall to your couples again, and cozen kindly, and haughtily, and lovingly, as you should, and lose not the beginning of a term, or by this hand, I shall grow factious too, and take my pot, and quit you. 'Tis his fault, he ever murmurs, and objects his pains, and says, the weight of all lies upon him. Why, so it does. How does it? Do not we sustain our pots? Yes, but they are not equal. Why, if your pot exceed today, I hope ours may tomorrow match it. Aye, they may, murmuring mastiff. Aye, and do. Death on me, help me to throttle him. Dorothy, Mistress Dorothy, odds precious, I'll do anything. What do you mean? Because your fermentation and sebation, not I, by heaven, your soul and Luna to face. Help me, would I were hanged then? I'll conform myself. Will you, sir? Do so then, and quickly, swear. What should I swear? To leave your faction, sir, and labour kindly in the common work. Let me not breathe if I meant aught beside. I only used those speeches as a spur to him. I hope we need no spurs, sir, do we? Slid prove today who shall shock best. Agreed. Yes, and work close and friendly. Slight, the knot shall grow the stronger for this breach with me. Why so, my good baboons? Shall we go make a sort of sober, scurvy, precise neighbours, that scarce have smiled twice since the king came in, a feast of laughter at our follies? Rascals would run themselves from breath, to see me ride. All you have but a hole to thrust your heads in, for which you should pay ear rent. No, agree. And may Don Provost ride a feasting long, in his old velvet jerkin and stained scoffs, my noble sovereign, and worthy general, ere we contribute a new crewel gata to his most worsted worship. Royal dull, spoken like Claridiana and thyself, for which at supper thou shalt sit in triumph, and not be styled dull common, but dull proper, dull singular. The longest cut at night shall draw thee for his dull particular. Who's that? One rings. To the window, dull? Pray heaven, the master do not trouble us this quarter. Oh, fear not him. While there dies one a week o' the plague, he's safe from thinking toward London. Beside, he's busy at his hop-yards now. I had a letter from him. If he do, he'll send such word for airing of the house as you shall have sufficient time to quit it, though we break up a fortnight, 'tis no matter. Who is it, dull? A fine young quodling. Oh, my lawyer's clock, I lighted on last night in Holborn at the Dagger. He would have, I told you of him, a familiar to rifle with at hosses and win cups. Oh, let him in. Stay, who shall dot? Get you your robes on, I will meet him as going out, and what shall I do? Not be seen away. Seem you very reserved. Enough. Aloud and retiring. God be why you, sir, I pray you let him know that I was here. His name is Dappa. I would gladly have stayed, but, within, Captain, I am here. Who's that? He's come, I think, doctor. In truth, I am very sorry, Captain, but I thought sure I should meet you. I am very glad. I had a scurvy writ or two to make, and I had lent my watch last night to one that dines today at the sheriff's, and so was robbed of my pastime. Is this the cunning man? This is his worship. Is he a doctor? Yes, and have you broke with him, Captain? Aye, and how? Faith, he does make the matter, sir, so dainty I know not what to say. Not so, good Captain. Would I were fairly rid of it, believe me. Nay, now you grieve me, sir. Why should you wish so? I dare assure you I'll not be ungrateful. I cannot think you will, sir. But the law is such a thing. And then he says, reads matter falling so lately. Read, he was an ass, and dealt, sir, with a fool. It was a clock, sir. A clock? Nay, hear me, sir. You know the law better, I think I should, sir, and the danger. You know I showed the statute to you. You did so, and will I tell then? By this hand of flesh would it might never write good caught hand maw if I discover. What do you think of me that I am a chirus? What's that? The Turk was here. As one would say, do you think I am a Turk? I'll tell the doctor so. Do, good sweet Captain. Come, noble doctor, pray thee let's prevail. This is the gentleman, and he is no chirus. Captain, I have returned you all my answer. I would do much, sir, for your love. But this I neither may nor can. Tut, do not say so. You deal now with a noble fellow, doctor, one that will thank you richly, and he is no chirus. Let that, sir, move you. Pray you, forbear, he has 4 angels here. You do me wrong, good sir. Doctor, wherein? To tempt you with these spirits? To tempt my art and love, sir, to my peril. Fa heaven, I scarce can think you are my friend, that so would draw me to apparent danger. I draw you? A hoss draw you, and a halter, you and your flies together? Nay, good captain, that know no difference of men. Good words, sir. Good deeds, sir, Dr. Dogsmeat. Slight, I bring you no cheating climb o' the cluffs or clarables, that look as big as 55 and flush, and spit out secrets like hot custard, captain, nor any melancholic undescribed shall tell the vicar, but a special gentle, that is the heir to 40 marks a year, consorts with the small poets of the time, is the sole hope of his old grandmother, that knows the law, and writes you 6 fair hands, is a fine clock, and has his ciphering perfect. Will take his oath o' the Greek Testament, if need be, in his pocket, and can caught his mistress out of Ovid. Nay, dear captain, did you not tell me so? Yes, but I'd have you use Master Doctor with some more respect. Hang him, proud stag with his broad velvet head. But for your sake I'd choke, ere I would change an article of breath with such a puckfist. Come, let's be gone. Pray you let me speak with you. His worship calls you captain. I am sorry I ere embarked myself in such a business. Nay, good sir, he did call you. Will he take then? First hear me, not a syllable, less you take, pray you, sir, upon no terms but an assumpsit. Your humour must be law, he takes the 4 angels. Why now, sir, talk. Now I dare hear you with mine honour. Speak, so may this gentleman too. Why, sir, offering to wisp a face, no whispering. For heaven, you do not apprehend the loss you do yourself in this. Wherein, for what? Marry, to be so importunate for one that when he has it will undo you all, he'll win up all the money in the town. How? Yes, and blow up gamester after gamester, as they do crackers in a puppet play. If I do give him a familiar, give you him all you play for, never set him, for he will have it. You are mistaken, doctor. Why he does ask one but for cups and hosses, a rifling fly, none of your great familiars. Yes, captain, I would have it for all games, I told you so. Taking Dapper aside. Slight, that is a new business? I understood you, a tame bird, to fly twice in a term or so, on Friday nights when you had left the office, for a nag of 40 or 50 shillings. Aye, 'tis true, sir, but I do think now I shall leave the law, and therefore, why this changes quite the case. Do you think that I dare move him? If you please, sir, all's one to him, I see. What, for that money? I cannot with my conscience, nor should you make the request, methinks. No, sir, I mean to add consideration. Why then, sir, I'll try. Goes to subtle. Say that it were for all games, doctor. I say then, not a mouth shall eat for him at any ordinary, but on the scaw, that is a gaming mouth, conceive me. Indeed, he'll draw you all the treasure of the realm if it beset him. Speak you this from aught? Aye, sir, and reason too, the ground of aught. He is of the only best complexion the Queen of Fairy loves. What, is he? Peace, he'll overhear you, sir, should she but see him. What? Do not you tell him. Will he win at cards too? The spirits of dead Holland, living Isaac, you'd swear, were in him. Such a vigorous luck as cannot be resisted. Slight, he'll put 6 of your gallants to a cloak, indeed. A strange success that some man shall be bond to. He hears you, man, sir, I'll not be ingrateful. Faith, I have confidence in his good nature. You hear, he says he will not be ingrateful. Why, as you please, my venture follows yours. Troth, do it, doctor, think him trusty, and make him. He may make us both happy in an hour, win some £5,000 and send us 2 on't. Believe it, and I will, sir. And you shall, sir. Takes him aside, you have heard all? No, what was't? Nothing, I, sir. Nothing, a little, sir. Well, a rare star reigned at your birth. At mine, sir? No, the doctor swears that you are. Nay, captain, you'll tell all now. Allied to the Queen of Fairy. Who, that I am? Believe it, no such matter. Yes, and that you were born with a caul on your head. Who says so? Come, you know it well enough, though you dissemble it. I fac, I do not, you are mistaken. How? Swear by your fac, and in a thing so known unto the doctor? How shall we, sir, trust you in the other matter? Can we ever think when you have won 5 or 6,000 pound you'll send us shares in't by this rate? By Jove, sir, I'll win 10,000 pound and send you half. I fax no oath. No, no, he did but jest. Go to. Go thank the doctor, he's your friend. To take it so, I thank his worship. So, another angel. Must I? Must you? Slight, what else is thanks? Will you be trivial? Doctor, Dappa gives him the money. When must he come for his familiar? Shall I not have it with me? Oh, good sir, there must a world of ceremonies pass. You must be bathed and fumigated first. Besides, the Queen of Fairy does not rise till it be noon. Not if she danced tonight, and she must bless it. Did you never see her royal grace yet? Whom? Your aunt of Fairy. Not since she kissed him in the cradle, captain, I can resolve you that. Well, see her grace, whate'er it cost you, for a thing that I know. It will be somewhat hard to compass, but however, see her. You are made, believe it, if you can see her. Her grace is a lone woman, and very rich, and if she take a fancy, she will do strange things. See her at any hand. Slid, she may hap to leave you all she has. It is the doctor's fear. How wilt be done then? Let me alone, take you no thought. Do you but say to me, Captain, I'll see her grace. Captain, I'll see her grace. Enough, who's there? A nun, aside to face, conduct him forth by the back way. Sir, against 1 o'clock prepare yourself, till when you must be fasting. Only take 3 drops of vinegar in at your nose, 2 at your mouth, and 1 at either ear. Then bathe your fingers' ends and wash your eyes, to sharpen your 5 senses, and cry hum thrice, and then buzz as often, and then come. Can you remember this? I warrant you. Well then, away. It is but you're bestowing some 20 nobles 'mong her grace's servants, and put on a clean shirt. You do not know what grace her grace may do you in clean linen. Within, come in, good wives, I pray you forbear me now. Troth, I can do you no good till afternoon. What is your name, say you? Abel Drugger? Yes, sir, a seller of tobacco. Yes, sir, free of the grosses. I, an't please you. Well, your business, Abel? This, an't please your worship. I am a young beginner, and am building of a new shop, an't like your worship, just at corner of a street. Here is the plot on't, and I would know by aught, sir, of your worship, which way I should make my daw, by necromancy, and where my shelves, and which should be for boxes, and which for pots. I would be glad to thrive, sir, and I was wished to your worship by a gentleman, one Captain Face, that says you know men's planets, and their good angels, and their bad. I do if I do see them. What, my honest Abel? Thou art well met here. Troth, sir, I was speaking just as your worship came here of your worship. I pray you speak for me to Master Doctor. He shall do anything. Doctor, do you hear? This is my friend Abel, an honest fellow. He lets me have good tobacco, and he does not sophisticate it with sackleys or oil, nor washes it in muscadel and grains, nor buries it in gravel, underground, wrapped up in greasy leather, or pissed clouts, but keeps it in fine lily pots that, opened, smell like conserve of roses or French beans. He has his maple block, his silver tongs, Winchester pipes, and fire of juniper, a neat, spruce, honest fellow, and no goldsmith. He is a fortunate fellow that I am sure on. Already, sir, have you found it? Lo thee, Abel? And in right way toward riches, sir. This summer he will be of the clothing of his company, and next spring called to the scarlet, spend what he can. What, and so little beard? Sir, you must think he may have a receipt to make hair come, but he'll be wise, preserve his youth, and fine fought. His fortune looks for him another way. Slid, doctor, how canst thou know this so soon? I am amused at that. By a rule, Captain, in metaposcopy, which I do work by, a certain star in the forehead, which you see not. Your chestnut or your olive-colored face does never fail, and your long ear doth promise. I newt by certain spots, too, in his teeth, and on the nail of his mercurial finger. Which finger's that? His little finger. Look, you were born upon a Wednesday? Yes, indeed, sir. The thumb in chiromancy we give Venus, the forefinger to Jove, the midst to Saturn, the ring to Sol, the least to Mercury, who was the laud, sir, of his horoscope, his house of life being Libra, which foreshowed he should be a merchant and should trade with balance. Why, this is strange, is it not, honest Nab? There is a ship now coming from Alchemist that shall yield him such a commodity of drugs, pointing to the plan. This is the west and this the south? Yes, sir, and those are your 2 sides. Aye, sir, make me your daw then, south, your broad side, west, and on the east side of your shop, aloft, right Mathlai, Tomiel, and Baraboret, upon the north pot, Rail, Velil, Thiel. They are the names of those mercurial spirits that do fright flies from boxes. Yes, sir, and beneath your threshold, bury me a lodestone to draw in gallants that wear spurs. The rest they'll seem to follow. That's a secret, Nab, and on your stall a puppet with a vice and a cot fucus to call city dames. You shall deal much with minerals. Sir, I have. At home already? I know you have arsenic, vitriol, saltata, agale, alkali, sinopa, I know all. This fellow, Captain, will come in time to be a great distiller and give a say, I will not say directly but very fair, at the philosopher's stone. Why, how now, Abel, is this true? Aside to face. Good Captain, what must I give? Nay, I'll not counsel thee. Thou heest what wealth, he says, spend what thou canst, thou it like to come to. I would gie him a crown, and toward such a fortune? Hot, thou shalt rather gie him thy shop, no gold about thee? Yes, I have a pottage, I have kept this half year. Out on thee, Nab, slight, there was such an offer, shalt keep no longer, I'll give it him for thee. Doctor, Nab prays your worship to drink this, and swears he will appear more grateful, as your skill does raise him in the world. I would entreat another favour of his worship. What is't, Nab? But to look over, sir, my almanac, and cross out my ill days, that I may neither bargain, nor trust upon them. That he shall, Nab, leave it, it shall be done. Gainst afternoon, and a direction for his shelves. Now, Nab, art thou well pleased, Nab? Thanks, sir, both your worships. Away. Why now, you smoky persecutor of nature? Now do you see that something's to be done beside your beach coal and your cossive waters, your crustlets, crucibles, and cucubites? You must have stuff brought home to you to work on. And yet you think I am at no expense in searching out these veins, then following them, then trying them out. Faw God, my intelligence costs me more money than my share oft comes to in these rare works. You are pleasant, sir. How now? What says my dainty Dulcan? Yonder fishwife will not away. And there's your giantess, the bard of Lambeth. Hot, I cannot speak with them. Not a fortnight, I have told them in a voice, thorough the trunk, like one of your familiars, but I have spied Sir Epicure Mammon, where? Coming along, at far end of the lane, slow of his feet, but earnest of his tongue to one that's with him. Face, go you and shift. Doll, you must presently make ready too. Why, what's the matter? Oh, I did look for him with the sun's rising. Marvel he could sleep. This is the day I am to perfect for him the magisterium, our great work, the stone, and yield it, made into his hands, of which he has, this month, talked as he were possessed, and now he's dealing pieces on't away. Methinks I see him entering ordinaries, dispensing for the pox, and plaguy houses, reaching his dose, walking moorfields for lepers, and offering citizens' wives pomander bracelets as his preservative, made of the elixir, searching the spittle to make old bawds young, and the highways for beggars to make rich. I see no end of his labors. He will make nature ashamed of her long sleep, when aught, who's but a step-dame, shall do more than she, in her best love to mankind, ever could. If his dream lasts, he'll turn the age to gold. Dramatis personae subtle, the alchemist face, the housekeeper dull common, their colleague dapper, a lawyer's clock drugger, a tobacco man lovewit, master of the house Sir Epicure Mammon, a knight pertinax surly, a gamester tribulation wholesome, a pastor of Amsterdam Ananias, a deacon their castrel, the angry boy Dame Pliant, his sister, a widow neighbor's offices, attendants, etc. Scene. London. The Alchemist. Imprint this ebook is the product of many hours of hard work by volunteers for standard ebooks, and builds on the hard work of other literature lovers made possible by the public domain. This particular ebook is based on a transcription from Project Gutenberg and on digital scans from the Internet Archive. The source text and artwork in this ebook are believed to be in the United States public domain. That is, they are believed to be free of copyright restrictions in the United States. They may still be copyrighted in other countries, so users located outside of the United States must check their local laws before using this ebook. The creators of, and contributors to, this ebook dedicate their contributions to the worldwide public domain via the terms in the CC 01.0 Universal Public Domain Dedication. For full license information, see the uncopyright at the end of this ebook. Standard eBooks is a volunteer-driven project that produces ebook editions of public domain literature using modern typography, technology, and editorial standards, and distributes them free of cost. You can download this and other ebooks carefully produced for true book lovers at Standard Booksorg. Prologue Fortune that favors fools, these 2 short hours we wish away, both for your sakes and ours, judging spectators, and desire in place to the author justice, to ourselves but grace. Our scene is London, cause we would make known, no country's mirth is better than our own, no clime breeds better matter for your haw, bawd, squire, impostor, many persons more, whose manners, now called humours, feed the stage, and which have still been subject for the rage or spleen of comic writers. Though this pen did never aim to grieve, but better men, how the age he lives in doth endure the vices that she breeds, above their cure. But when the wholesome remedies are sweet, and in their working gain and profit meet, he hopes to find no spirit so much diseased, but will with such fair correctives be pleased, for here he doth not fear who can apply. If there be any that will sit so nigh unto the stream, to look what it doth run, they shall find things, they'd think all wish were done. They are so natural follies, but so shown, as even the doers may see, and yet not own. The Alchemist by Ben Jonson. Uncopyright may you do good and not evil. May you find forgiveness for yourself, and forgive others. May you share freely, never taking more than you give. Copyright pages exist to tell you that you can't do something. Unlike them, this uncopyright page exists to tell you that the writing and artwork in this ebook are believed to be in the United States public domain. That is, they are believed to be free of copyright restrictions in the United States. The United States public domain represents our collective cultural heritage, and items in it are free for anyone in the United States to do almost anything at all with, without having to get permission. Copyright laws are different all over the world, and the source text or artwork in this ebook may still be copyrighted in other countries. If you're not located in the United States, you must check your local laws before using this ebook. Standard ebooks makes no representations regarding the copyright status of the source text or artwork in this ebook in any country other than the United States. Non-authorship, activities performed on items that are in the public domain, so-called sweat of the brow, work. Don't create a new copyright. That means that nobody can claim a new copyright on an item that is in the public domain for, among other things, work like digitization, mock-up, or typography. Regardless, the contributors to this ebook released their contributions under the terms in the CC 01.0 Universal Public Domain dedication, thus dedicating to the worldwide public domain all of the work they've done on this ebook, including but not limited to metadata, the title page, imprint, colophon, this uncopyright, and any changes or enhancements to, or mock-up on, the original text and artwork. This dedication doesn't change the copyright status of the source text or artwork. We make this dedication in the interest of enriching our global cultural heritage, to promote free and libre culture around the world, and to give back to the unrestricted culture that has given all of us so much. Table of Contents Landmarks, Act Roman 2, Scene I, an outer room in Lovewitt's house. Come on, sir. Now you set your foot on shore in Novo Orb. Here's the rich Peru. And there within, sir, are the golden mines, great Solomon's Ophir. He was sailing taut 3 years, but we have reached it in 10 months. This is the day wherein, to all my friends, I will pronounce the happy word, be rich. This day you shall be spectatissimi. You shall no more deal with the hollow die, or the frail cod. No more be at charge of keeping the livery punk for the young heir, that must seal, at all hours, in his shirt. No more, if he deny, have him beaten taut, as he is that brings him the commodity. No more shall thirst of satin, or the covetous hunger of velvet entrails for a rude spun cloak, to be displayed at Madame Augusta's, make the sons of sod and hazard fall before the golden calf, and on their knees. Whole nights commit idolatry with wine and trumpets. I'll go a-feasting after drum and ensign. No more of this. You shall start up young viceroys and have your punks and punketies, my surly, and unto thee I speak at first, be rich. Where is my subtle there? Within, ho? Within, sir, he'll come to you by and by. That is his fire-drake, his lungs, his Zephyrus, he that puffs his coals till he firk nature up in her own centre. You are not faithful, sir. This night I'll change all that is metal in my house to gold, and early in the morning will I send to all the plumbers and the pewterers, and buy their tin and lead up, and to Lothbury for all the copper. What, and turn that too? Yes, and I'll purchase Devonshire and Cornwall, and make them perfect Indies. You admire now? No, faith. But when you see th effects of the great medicine, of which one pot projected on 100 of Mercury, or Venus, or the moon, shall turn it to as many of the sun, nay, to 1,000, so ad infinitum, you will believe me. Yes, when I see't, I will. But if my eyes do cozen me so, and I giving them no occasion, sure I'll have a haw, shall piss them out next day. Ha, why, do you think I fable with you? I assure you, he that has once the flower of the sun, the perfect ruby which we call elixir, not only can do that, but by its virtue can confer honor, love, respect, long life, give safety, valor, yea, and victory to whom he will. In 28 days I'll make an old man of Foscaw a child. No doubt he's that already. Nay, I mean restore his years, renew him, like an eagle to the 5th age, make him get sons and daughters, young giants, as our philosophers have done, the ancient patriarchs afore the flood, but taking, once a week, on a knife's point, the quantity of a grain of mustard of it, become stout mosses, and beget young cupids. The decayed vestals of Pictach would thank you that keep the fire alive there. 'Tis the secret of nature naturized gainst all infections, cures all diseases coming of all causes, a month's grief in a day, a year's in 12, and of what age soever, in a month, past all the doses of your drugging doctors. I'll undertake withal to fright the plague out of the kingdom in 3 months. And I'll be bound, the players shall sing your praises then, without their poets, sir, I'll dot. Meantime I'll give away so much unto my man shall serve the whole city with preservative weekly, each house his dose, and at the rate, as he that built the waterwork does with water. You are incredulous. Faith, I have a humour, I would not willingly be gulled. Your stone cannot transmute me. Pertinax, my surly, will you believe antiquity? Records, I'll show you a book where Moses and his sister and Solomon have written of the art. Aye, and a treatise penned by Adam, how, of the philosopher's stone and in High Dutch. Did Adam write, sir, in High Dutch? He did, which proves it was the primitive tongue. What paper? on cedar bod. Oh, that indeed they say will last gainst worms. 'Tis like your Irish wood gainst cobwebs. I have a piece of Jason's fleece, too, which was no other than a book of alchemy, writ in lod sheepskin, a good fat ram vellum. Such was Pythagoras' thigh, Pandora's tub, and all that fable of Medea's charms, the manner of our work. The bulls, our furnace, still breathing fire. Our argent vive, the dragon's teeth, mercury sublimate, that keeps the whiteness, hardness, and the biting. And they are gathered into Jason's helm, the alembic, and then sowed in Mars his field, and thence sublimed so often, till they're fixed. Both this, the Hesperian garden, Cadmus' story, Jove's shower, the boon of Medes, Argus' eyes, Bocchus his demagogon, thousands more, all abstract riddles of our stone. How now? Do we succeed? Is our day come, and holds it? The evening will set red upon you, sir, you have colour for it, crimson. The red ferment has done his office. 3 hours hence prepare you to see projection. Pertinax, my surly. Again I say to thee aloud, be rich. This day thou shalt have ingots, and tomorrow give lauds th affront. Is it, my Zephyrus, right? Blushes the bolt's head, like a wench with child. Sir, that were but now discovered to her master. Excellent witty lungs. My only care where to get stuff enough now to project on. This town will not half serve me. No, sir, by the covering off o' churches. That's true. Yes, let them stand bare as do their auditory, or cap them new with shingles. No, good thatch will lie light upon the rafters. Lungs, I will manumit thee from the furnace. I will restore thee thy complexion, puff, lost in the embers, and repair this brain, hurt with the fume o' the metals. I have blown, sir, hard for your worship, thrown by many a coal when 'twas not beach, weighed those I put in just to keep your heat still even. These bleared eyes have waked to read your several colours, sir, of the pale citron, the green lion, the crow, the peacock's tail, the plumed swan. And lastly, thou hast descried the flower, the sanguis agni? Yes, sir. Where's master? At his prayers, sir, he good man. He's doing his devotions for the success. Lungs, I will set a period to all thy labours. Thou shalt be the master of my seraglio. Good, sir. But do you hear? I'll geld you, Lungs. Yes, sir. For I do mean to have a list of wives and concubines, equal with Solomon, who had the stone alike with me, and I will make me aback with the elixir, that shall be as tough as Hercules, to encounter 50 a night. Thou art sure thou saw'st it blood. Both blood and spirit, sir. I will have all my beds blown up, not stuffed. Down is too hard. And then, mine oval room filled with such pictures as Tiberius took from Elephantes, and dull Aretine but coldly imitated. Then, my glasses cut in more subtle angles to disperse and multiply the figures, as I walk naked between my succubi. My mists I'll have of perfume, vapored about the room, to lose ourselves in, and my baths like pits to fall into, from whence we will come forth, and roll us dry in gossamer and roses. Is it arrived at Ruby? Where I spy a wealthy citizen, or a rich lawyer, have a sublimed pure wife, unto that fellow I'll send 1,000 pound to be my cuckold. And I shall carry it? No, I'll have no bawds but fathers and mothers. They will do it best of all others. And my flatterers shall be the pure and gravest of divines that I can get for money. My mere fools, eloquent burgesses, and then my poets the same that writ so subtly of the fought, whom I will entertain still for that subject. The few that would give out themselves to be caught and town stallions, and eachwhere belie ladies who are known most innocent for them, those will I beg to make me eunuchs of, and they shall fan me with 10 ostrich tails apiece, made in a plume to gather wind. We will be brave, puff, now we have the medicine. My meat shall all come in Indian shells, dishes of agate set in gold and studded with emeralds, sapphires, hyacinths, and rubies. The tongues of copse, damas, and camel's heels, boiled in the spirit of Sol, and dissolved pearl, apicious diet, gainst the epilepsy. And I will eat these broths with spoons of amber, headed with diamond and carbuncle. My footboy shall eat pheasants, calved salmons, knots, godwits, lampreys. I myself will have the beards of baubles served, instead of salads, oiled mushrooms, and the swelling unctuous paps of a fat pregnant sow, newly cut off, dressed with an exquisite and poignant sauce. For which I'll say unto my cook, there's gold, go forth and be a knight. Sir, I'll go look a little how it heightens. Do, my shirts I'll have of taffeta saucenet, soft and light as cobwebs, and for all my other raiment it shall be such as might provoke the Persian, were he to teach the world riot anew. My gloves of fishes and birds' skins, perfumed with gums of paradise and Eastern air. And do you think to have the stone with this? No, I do think he have all this with the stone. Why, I have heard he must be homo frugi, a pious, holy, and religious man, one free from mortal sin, a very virgin. That makes it, sir, he is so, but I buy it. My venture brings it me. He, honest wretch, a notable, superstitious, good soul, has worn his knees bare, and his slippers bald, with prayer and fasting for it, and, sir, let him do it alone for me still. Here he comes. Not a profane word afore him, 'tis poison. Good morrow, father, gentle son, good morrow, and to your friend there. What is with you? An heretic that I did bring along in hope, sir, to convert him. Son, I doubt you are covetous, that thus you meet your time in the just point, prevent your day at morning. This argues something, worthy of a fear of importune and carnal appetite. Take heed you do not cause the blessing leave you, with your ungoverned haste. I should be sorry to see my labors, now even at perfection, got by long watching and large patience, not prosper where my love and zeal hath placed them. Which, heaven I call to witness with yourself, to whom I have pawed my thoughts in all my ends, have looked no way, but unto public good, to pious uses, and dear charity now grown a prodigy with men. Wherein if you, my son, should now prevaricate, and to your own particular lusts employ so great and catholic a bliss, be sure a curse will follow, yea, and overtake your subtle and most secret ways. I know, sir, you shall not need to fear me, I but come, to have you confute this gentleman, who is, indeed, sir, somewhat costive of belief toward your stone, would not be gulled. Well, son, all that I can convince him in is this: the work is done, bright Saul is in his robe. We have a medicine of the triple soul, the glorified spirit. Thanks be to heaven, and make us worthy of it. Ulen spiegel, within, anon, sir, look well to the register, and let your heat still lessen by degrees to the aludals. Within, yes, sir, did you look on the bolt's head yet? Within, which, on D, sir, I, what's the complexion? Within, whitish, infuse vinegar, to draw his volatile substance and his tincture, and let the water in glass be filtered, and put into the gripe's egg. Lute him well, and leave him closed in balneo. Within, I will, sir. What a brave language here is. Next to canting, I have another work you never saw, son, that 3 days since passed the philosopher's wheel, in the lent heat of Athena, and's become sulphur of nature. But 'tis for me? What need you? You have enough in that is perfect. Oh, but why this is covetise. No, I assure you, I shall employ it all in pious uses, founding of colleges and grammar schools, marrying young virgins, building hospitals, and now and then a church. How now, sir, please you, shall I not change the filter? Marry, yes, and bring me the complexion of glass B. Have you another? Yes, son, were I assured your piety were firm, we would not want the means to glorify it, but I hope the best. I mean to tink C in sand heat tomorrow and give him imbibition. Of white oil? No, sir, of red. F is come over the helm too, I thank my Maker, in St. Mary's bath, and shows lac virginis. Blessed be heaven. I sent you of his feces the calcined, out of that calx I have won the salt of mercury, by pouring on your rectified water. Yes, and reverberating in Athena. How now, what colour says it, the ground black, sir? That's your crow's head, your coxcombs, is it not? No, 'tis not perfect, would it were the crow, that work wants something. Aside, oh, I looked for this, the haze of pitching. Are you sure you loosed them in their own menstru? Yes, sir, and then married them, and put them in a bolt's head nipped to digestion, according as you bade me, when I set the liquor of Mars to circulation in the same heat. The process then was right. Yes, by the token, sir, the retort brake, and what was saved was put into the pelican, and signed with Hermes' seal. I think 'twas so, we should have a new amalgama. Aside, oh, this ferret is rank as any polecat, but I care not, let him die, we have enough beside in embryon. H has his white shirt on. Yes, sir, he's ripe for insuration, he stands warm in his ash fire. I would not you should let any die now if I might counsel, sir, for luck's sake to the rest. It is not good, he says right. Aside, are you bolted? Nay, I note, sir, I have seen the ill fortune. What is some 3 ounces of fresh materials? Is't no more? No more, sir, of gold, tea amalgam with some 6 of mercury. Away, here's money. What will serve? Ask him, sir. How much? Give him £9. You may give him 10. Yes, 20, and be cozened do. There 'tis, gives face the money, this needs not, but that you will have it so, to see conclusions of all. For 2 of our inferior works are at fixation, a 3rd is an ascension. Go your ways. Have you set the oil of lunar in chemia? Yes, sir, and the philosopher's vinegar? Aye, we shall have a salad. When do you make projection? Son, be not hasty, I exalt our medicine, by hanging him in balneo vaporoso, and giving him solution, then congeal him, and then dissolve him, then again congeal him. For look, how oft I iterate the work, so many times I add unto his virtue. As if at first 1 ounce convert 100, after his 2nd loose, he'll turn 1,000. His 3rd solution, 10, his 4th, 100, after his 5th, 1,000 ounces of any imperfect metal, into pure silver or gold, in all examinations, as good as any of the natural mine. Get you your stuff here against afternoon, your brass, your pewter, and your andirons, not those of iron. Yes, you may bring them too, we'll change all metals. I believe you in that, then I may send my spits. Yes, and your racks, and dripping pans, and pot-hangers, and hooks. Shall he not, if he please? To be an ass, how, sir? This gentleman you must bear withal. I told you he had no faith. And little hope, sir, but much less charity. Should I gull myself? Why, what have you observed, sir, in our art, seems so impossible. But your whole work, no more, that you should hatch gold in a furnace, sir, as they do eggs in Egypt. Sir, do you believe that eggs are hatched so? If I should, why, I think that the great a miracle. No egg but differs from a chicken more than metals in themselves. That cannot be. The egg's ordained by nature to that end, and is a chicken in potentia. The same we say of lead and other metals, which would be gold if they had time, and that our art doth further. Aye, for 'twere absurd to think that nature in the earth bred gold perfect in the instant. Something went before, there must be remote matter. Aye, what is that? Marry, we say, aye, now it heats, stand, father, pound him to dust. It is of the one part a humid exhalation, which we call materia liquida, or the unctuous water, on the other part, a certain crass and vicious portion of earth, both which, concopperate, do make the elementary matter of gold, which is not yet propria materia, but common to all metals and all stones, for where it is forsaken of that moisture, and hath more dryness, it becomes a stone. Where it retains more of the humid fatness, it turns to sulphur, or to quicksilver, who are the parents of all other metals. Nor can this remote matter suddenly progress so from extreme unto extreme, as to grow gold, and leap o'er all the means. Nature doth first beget the imperfect, then proceeds she to the perfect. Of that airy and oily water, mercury is engendered, sulphur of the fat and earthy pot, the one, which is the last, supplying the place of male, the other of the female, in all metals. Some do believe hermaphrodite that both do act and suffer, but these two make the rest ductile, malleable, extensive. And even in gold they are, for we do find seeds of them by our fire and gold in them, and can produce the species of each metal more perfect thence than nature doth in earth. Beside, who doth not see in daily practice aught can beget bees, hornets, beetles, wasps, out of the carcasses and dung of creatures, yea, scorpions of an herb, being rightly placed, and these are living creatures, far more perfect and excellent than metals. Well said, father. Nay, if he take you in hand, sir, with an argument, he'll bray you in a mortar. Pray you, sir, stay. Rather than I'll be brayed, sir. I'll believe that alchemy is a pretty kind of game, somewhat like tricks o' the cards to cheat a man with charming. Sir, what else are all your terms, whereon no one of your right agrees with other? Of your elixir, your lac virginis, your stone, your medicine, and your chrysosperm, your sal, your sulphur, and your mercury, your oil of height, your tree of life, your blood, your marcasite, your tuti, your magnesia, your toad, your crow, your dragon, and your panther, your sun, your moon, your firmament, your adrop, your lotto, azok, zernish, chibrit, hutarit, and then your red man, and your white woman, with all your broths, your menstrues and materials of piss and eggshells, women's terms, man's blood, hair o' the head, burnt clouts, chalk, murds and clay, powder of bones, scalings of iron, glass, and worlds of other strange ingredients, would burst a man to name. And all these named, intending but one thing, which our writers used to obscure their art. Sir, so I told him, because the simple idiot should not learn it, and make it vulgar. Was not all the knowledge of the Egyptians writ in mystic symbols? Speak not the scriptures oft in parables? Are not the choicest fables of the poets, that were the fountains and first springs of wisdom, wrapped in perplexed allegories? I urged that, and cleared to him, that Sisyphus was damned to roll the ceaseless stone, only because he would have made ours common, appears at the door. Who is this, Sprecious? What do you mean? Go in, good lady, let me entreat you. Was this varlet? Sir, you very knave, do you use me thus? Wherein, sir? Go in and see, you traitor. Go, who is it, sir? Nothing, sir, nothing. What's the matter, good sir? I have not seen you thus distempered. Who is't? All arts have still had, sir, their adversaries, but ours the most ignorant. What now? 'Twas not my fault. Sir, she would speak with you, would she, sir? Follow me, stopping him. Stay, lungs, I dare not, sir. Stay, man, what is she? A laud sister, sir. How, pray thee stay. She's mad, sir, and sent hither, he'll be mad too, I warrant thee. Why sent hither, sir, to be cured? Within? Why, rascal, lo you? Here, sir, fog God, a bradamante, a brave piece. Hot, this is a bawdy house, I will be burnt else. Oh, by this light, no, do not wrong him. He's too scrupulous that way, it is his vice. No, he's a rare physician, do him right, an excellent Paracelsian, and has done strange cures with mineral physic. He deals all with spirits, he will not hear a word of Galen, or his tedious recipes. How now, lungs? Softly, sir, speak softly. I meant to have told your worship all. This must not hear. No, he will not be gulled. Let him alone. You are very right, sir, she is a most rare scholar, and is gone mad with studying Broughton's works. If you but name a word touching the Hebrew, she falls into her fit, and will discourse so learnedly of genealogies, as you would run mad too, to hear her, sir. How might one do have conference with her, lungs? Oh, divers have run mad upon the conference. I do not know, sir. I am sent in haste to fetch a vial. Be not gulled, Sir Mammon. Wherein? Pray ye be patient. Yes, as you are, and trust confederate knaves and bawds and haws. You are too foul, believe it. Come here, Ulen, one word. I dare not in good faith. Going, stay, knave. He is extreme angry that you saw her, sir. Drink that, gives him money. What is she when she's out of her fit? Oh, the most affablest creature, sir, so merry, so pleasant. She'll mount you up like quicksilver over the helm, and circulate like oil, a very vegetal. Discourse of state, of mathematics, bawdry, anything. Is she no way accessible? No means, no trick to give a man a taste of her wit, also. Within. Ulen, I'll come to you again, sir. Surely, I did not think one of your breeding would traduce personages of worth. Sir Epicure, your friend to use, yet still loth to be gulled. I do not like your philosophical bawds. The stone is lechery enough to pay for without this bait. Hot, you abuse yourself. I know the lady, and her friends and means, the original of this disaster. Her brother has told me all, and yet you never saw her till now? Oh yes, but I forgot. I have, believe it, one of the treacherousest memories I do think of all mankind. What call you her brother, my lord? He will not have his name known, now I think on't. A very treacherous memory, on my faith. Tut, if you have it not about you, pass it till we meet next. Nay, by this hand, 'tis true, he's one I honour, and my noble friend, and I respect his house. Hot, can it be that a grave sir, a rich that has no need, a wise sir too at other times, should thus, with his own oaths and arguments, make hard means to gull himself? And this be your elixir, your lapis mineralis, and your lunary? Give me your honest trick yet at primero, or gleek. And take your lutum sapientes, your menstruum simplex. I'll have gold before you, and with less danger of the quicksilver, or the hot sulphur. Here's one from Captain Face, sir, to Surly. Desires you meet him in the Temple Church some half-hour hence, and upon earnest business. Whispers to Mammon, Sir, if you please to quit us now, and come again within 2 hours, you shall have my master busy examining o' the works, and I will steal you in unto the party that you may see her converse. Sir, shall I say you'll meet the captain's worship? Sir, I will. Walks aside, but by attorney, and to a second purpose. Now, I am sure it is a bawdy house, I'll swear it. Were the marshal here to thank me, the naming this commander doth confirm it. Don Face? Why, he's the most authentic dealer in these commodities, the superintendent to all the quainter traffickers in town. He is the visitor, and does appoint who lies with whom, and at what hour, what price, which gown, and in what smock, what fall, what tire. Him will I prove by a third person to find the subtleties of this dark labyrinth, which if I do discover, dear Sir Mammon, you'll give your poor friend leave, though no philosopher, to laugh, for you that are, 'tis thought, shall weep. Sir, he does pray you'll not forget. I will not, sir. Sir Epicure, I shall leave you. I follow you straight. But do so, good sir, to avoid suspicion. This gentleman has a Apollos head. But wilt thou, Ulen, be constant to thy promise? As my life, sir. And wilt thou insinuate what I am, and praise me, and say, I am a noble fellow? Oh, what else, sir? And that you'll make her royal with the stone, and empress, and yourself, king of Bantam. Wilt thou do this? Will I, sir? Lungs, my lungs, I love thee. Send your stuff, sir, that my master may busy himself about projection. Thou hast witched me, rogue. Take, go, gives him money, your jack and all, sir. Thou art a villain, I will send my jack and the weights too. Slave, I could bite thine ear, away, thou dost not care for me. Not I, sir? Come, I was born to make thee. My good weasel, set thee on a bench, and have thee twirl a chain with the best lord's vermin of 'em all. Away, sir. Account nay, account palatine, good sir, go. Shall not advance thee better, no, nor faster. Has he bit, and swallowed too my subtle. I have given him line, and now he plays, I faith. And shall we twitch him? Thorough both the gills. A wench is a rare bait, with which a man no soon is taken, but he straight firks mad. Dull. My lord what's him, sister, you must now bear yourself statelick. Oh, let me alone. I'll not forget my race, I warrant you. I'll keep my distance, laugh and talk aloud, have all the tricks of a proud scurvy lady, and be as rude as her woman. Well said, Sanguine, but will he send his andirons? His jack too, and's iron shoeing hon, I have spoke to him. Well, I must not lose my wary gamester yonder. Oh, monsieur, caution, that will not be gulled. Aye, if I can strike a fine hook into him now, the Temple Church, there I have cost mine angle. Well, pray for me, I'll about it, knocking without. What maw gudgeons? Dull, scout, dull goes to the window. Stay, face, you must go to the daw. Pray God it be my Anabaptist, who ist dull. I know him not, he looks like a golden man. Odd so, 'tis he said he would send what call you him? The sanctified elder that should deal for Mammon's jack and andirons. Let him in. Stay, help me off first with my gown. Away, madam, to your withdrawing chamber. Now, in a new tune, new gesture, but old language. This fellow is sent from one negotiates with me about the stone too, for the holy brethren of Amsterdam, the exiled saints that hope to raise their discipline by it. I must use him in some strange fashion now to make him admire me. Aloud, where is my drudge, sir? Take away the recipient, and rectify your menstrue from the phlegma. Then pour it on the sol in the cucurbite, and let them macerate together. Yes, sir, and save the ground. No, terra damnata must not have entrance in the work. Who are you? A faithful brother, if it please you. What's that? A Lullianist? A Ripley? Filius artes? Can you sublime and dulcify? Calcine, know you the sapapontic, sapastyptic? Or what is homogene or heterogene? I understand no heathen language truly. Heathen, you nippodoling. Is Ars Sacra, or Chrysopoeia, or Spagirica, or the Pamphysic, or Panarchic knowledge a heathen language? Heathen Greek, I take it. How, heathen Greek? All's heathen but the Hebrew. Sirrah, my varlet, stand you forth and speak to him, like a philosopher. Answer in the language. Name the vexations and the martyrizations of metals in the work. Sir, putrefaction, solution, ablution, sublimation, cohibation, calcination, ceration, and fixation. This is heathen Greek to you now. And when comes vivification, after modification, what's cohibation? 'Tis the pouring on your aqua regis and then drawing him off to the trine circle of the seven spheres. What's the proper passion of metals? Malleation. What's your ultimum supplicium ori? Antimonium. This is heathen Greek to you. And what's your mercury? A very fugitive, he will be gone, sir. How know you him? By his viscosity, his olosity, and his suscitability. How do you sublime him? With the calce of eggshells, white marble, talc. Your magisterium now, what's that? Shifting, sir, your elements, dry into cold, cold into moist, moist into hot, hot into dry. This is heathen Greek to you still? Your lapis philosophicus. 'Tis a stone and not a stone, a spirit, a soul, and a body, which if you do dissolve, it is dissolved, if you coagulate, it is coagulated, if you make it to fly, it flieth. Enough. This is heathen Greek to you. What are you, sir? Please you, a servant of the exiled brethren, that deal with widows and with orphans' goods, and make a just account unto the saints, a deacon. Oh, you are sent from Master Wholesome, your teacher? From Tribulation Wholesome, our very zealous pastor. Good, I have some orphans' goods to come here. Of what kind, sir? Pewter and brass, andirons and kitchenware, metals, that we must use our medicine on, wherein the brethren may have a pennyworth for ready money. Were the orphans' parents sincere professors? Why do you ask? Because we then are to deal justly, and give in truth their utmost value. Slid, you'd cozen else, and if their parents were not of the faithful. I will not trust you, now I think on it, till I have talked with your pastor. Have you brought money to buy more coals? No, surely. No, how so? The brethren bid me say unto you, sir, surely they will not venture any more, till they may see projection. How you have had, for the instruments as bricks and loam and glasses, already £30, and for materials, they say, some 90 more. And they have heard since that one at Heidelberg made it of an egg and a small paper of pin dust. What's your name? My name is Ananias. Out the varlet that cozened the apostles. Hence away, flee mischief. Had your holy consistory no name to send me of another sound than wicked Ananias? Send your elders hither to make atonement for you quickly, and give me satisfaction, or out goes the fire, and down th alembics and the furnace, Pyja Henricus, or what not. Thou wretch! Both Saracen and Bufo shall be lost, tell them. All hope of rooting out the bishops, or the antichristian hierarchy, shall perish if they stay 60 minutes. The equati, terati, and sulphurati shall run together again, and all be annulled, thou wicked Ananias. This will fetch 'em, and make them haste towards their gulling maw. A man must deal like a rough nurse, and fright those that are froward to an appetite. He is busy with his spirits, but will upon him. How now? What mates, what bayards have we here? I told you he would be furious. Sir, here's Nab has brought you another piece of gold to look on. We must appease him. Give it me, and praise you would devise. What is it, Nab? A sign, sir. I, a good lucky one, a thriving sign, doctor. I was devising now. Slight, do not say so. He will repent he gave you any more. What say you to his constellation, doctor, the balance? No, that way is stale and common. A townsman born in Taurus gives the bull, or the bull's head. In Aries, the ram, a poor device? No, I will have his name formed in some mystic character, whose radii, striking the senses of the passers-by, shall, by a virtual influence, breed affections that may result upon the party owns it, as thus, Nab, he shall have a bell, that's able, and by it standing one whose name is D, in a rug gown there's D, and rug, that's drug, and right anents him a dog snarling there's drugga, able drugga, that's his sign, and he is now mystery and hieroglyphic, able thou art made, sir, I do thank his worship. 6 o' thy legs ma will not do it, Nab, he has brought you a pipe of tobacco, doctor. Yes, sir, I have another thing I would impart out with it, Nab, sir, there is lodged hard by me, a rich young widow, good, a bona roba, but 19 at the most. Very good, Abel. Marry, she's not in fashion yet, she wears a hood but it stands a cop. No matter, Abel, and I do now and then give her a fucus. What, dost thou deal, Nab? I did tell you, Captain, and physic too sometimes, sir, for which she trusts me with all her mind. She's come up here of purpose to learn the fashion. Good his match too, on Nab, and she does strangely long to know her fortune. Odds lid, Nab, send her to the doctor hither. Yes, I have spoke to her of his worship already, but she's afraid it will be blown abroad and hurt her marriage. Hurt it? 'Tis the way to heal it, if twea hurt, to make it more followed and sought. Nab, thou shalt tell her this. She'll be more known, more talked of, and your widows are ne'er of any price till they be famous. Their honor is their multitude of suitors. Send her, it may be thy good fortune. What, thou dost not know? No, sir, she'll never marry under a night. Her brother has made a vow. What, and dost thou despair, my little Nab, knowing what the doctor has set down for thee, and seeing so many of the city dubbed? 1 glass o' thy water, with a madam I know, will have it done. Nab, what's her brother, a knight? No, sir, a gentleman newly warm in his land, sir, scarce cold in his 21, that does govern his sister here, and is a man himself of some 3,000 a year, and is come up to learn to quarrel, and to live by his wits, and will go down again, and die in the country. How, to quarrel? Yes, sir, to carry quarrels as gallants do, to manage them by line. Slid, Nab, the doctor is the only man in Christendom for him. He has made a table with mathematical demonstrations touching the art of quarrels. He will give him an instrument to quarrel by. Go, bring them both, him and his sister. And for thee, with her the doctor haply may persuade. Go to, shalt give his worship a new damask suit upon the premises. Oh, good captain, he shall, he is the honestest fellow, doctor. Stay not, no offers, bring the damask and the parties. I'll try my power, sir. And thy will too, Nab. 'Tis good tobacco this. What is't an ounce? He'll send you a pound, doctor. Oh no, he will dot. It is the goodest soul, Abel about it. Thou shalt no more a none. Away, be gone. A miserable rogue, and lives with cheese and has the worms. That was the cause, indeed, why he came now. He dealt with me in private to get a medicine for them. And shall, sir, this works. A wife for one on us, my dear subtle. We'll e'en draw lots, and he that fails shall have the more in goods the other has in tail. Rather the less, for she may be so light she may want grains. I'll be such a burden, a man would scarce endure her for the whole. Faith, best let's see her first, and then determine. Content, but dull must have no breath on't. Mum, away you to your surly yonder, catch him. Pray God I have not stayed too long, I fear it. Act Roman 3 Scene I the lane before Lovewit's house. These chastisements are common to the saints, and such rebukes we of the separation must bear with willing shoulders, as the trials sent forth to tempt our frailties. In pure zeal, I do not like the man. He is a heathen, and speaks the language of Canaan, truly. I think him a profane person indeed. He bears the visible mark of the beast in his forehead. And for his stone, it is a work of darkness, and with philosophy blinds the eyes of man. Good brother, we must bend unto all means that may give furtherance to the holy cause, which his cannot. The sanctified cause should have a sanctified cause. Not always necessary. The children of perdition are oft-times made instruments even of the greatest works. Beside, we should give somewhat to man's nature, the place he lives in, still about the fire and fume of metals that intoxicate the brain of man, and make him prone to passion. Where have you greater atheists than your cooks? Or more profane or choleric than your glassmen? More anti-Christian than your bell-founders? What makes the devil so devilish, I would ask you, Satan, our common enemy, but his being perpetually about the fire, and boiling brimstone and arsenic? We must give, I say, unto the motives and the stirrers up of humours in the blood. It may be so, when as the work is done, the stone is made, this heat of his may turn into a zeal, and stand up for the beauteous discipline, against the menstruous cloth and rag of Rome. We must await his calling, and the coming of the good spirit. You did fault, upbraid him with the brethren's blessing of Heidelberg, weighing what need we have to hasten on the work, for the restoring of the silenced saints which ne'er will be, but by the philosopher's stone. And so a learned elder, one of Scotland, assured me, Aurum potabile being the only medicine, for the civil magistrate, to incline him to a feeling of the cause, and must be daily used in the disease. I have not edified ma truly by man, not since the beautiful light first shone on me, and I am sad my zeal hath so offended. Let us call on him then. The motion's good, and of the spirit I will knock first. Knocks. Peace be within. Seen room into a room in Lovewit's house. Oh, are you come? 'Twas time. Your 60 minutes were at lost thread, you see, and down had gone furnace accetii, turris circulatorius, lembec, bolt's head, retort, and pelican had all been cinders. Wicked Ananias, art thou returned? Nay then, it goes down yet. Sir, be appeased, he is come to humble himself in spirit and to ask your patience if too much zeal hath carried him aside from the due path. Why, this doth qualify. The brethren had no purpose, verily, to give you the least grievance, but are ready to lend their willing hands to any project the Spirit and you direct. This qualifies ma, and for the orphans' goods let them be valued, or what is needful else to the holy work, it shall be numbered. Here by me the saints throw down their purse before you. This qualifies most? Why, thus it should be, now you understand. Have I discoursed so unto you of our stone, and of the good that it shall bring your cause? Showed you, beside the main of hiring fosses abroad, drawing the Hollanders, your friends, from the Indies, to serve you, with all their fleet, that even the medicinal use shall make you a faction and party in the realm? As put the case that some great man in state, he have the gout, why, you but send 3 drops of your elixir, you help him straight. There you have made a friend. Another has the palsy or the dropsy, he takes of your incombustible stuff, he's young again. There you have made a friend, a lady that is past the feet of body, though not of mind, and hath her face decayed beyond all cure of paintings, you restore with the oil of talc. There you have made a friend, and all her friends. A lord that is a leper, a knight that has the bone-ache, or a squire that hath both these, you make them smooth and sound, with a bare fricasse of your medicine. Still you increase your friends, aye, it is very pregnant. And then the turning of this lawyer's pewter to plate at Christmas. Christ tide, I pray you? Yet, Ananias, I have done, or changing his parcel gilt to massy gold. You cannot but raise you friends. Withal, to be of power to pay an army in the field, to buy the King of France out of his realms, or Spain out of his Indies. What can you not do against lords spiritual or temporal that shall upown you? Verily, 'tis true, we may be temporal lords ourselves, I take it. You may be anything, and leave off to make long-winded exercises, or suck up your, ha, and hum? In a tune, I not deny, but such as are not graced in a state, may, for their ends, be adverse in religion, and get a tune to call the flock together. For, to say sooth, a tune does much with women, and other phlegmatic people. It is your bell. Bells are profane, a tune may be religious, no wanting with you? Then farewell my patience. Slight it shall down, I will not be thus tortured, I pray you, sir. All shall perish, I have spoken it. Let me find grace, sir, in your eyes. The man he stands corrected. Neither did his zeal, but as yourself, allow a tune somewhere. Which now, being toward the stone, we shall not need. No, nor your holy visit to win widows to give you legacies, or make zealous wives to rub their husbands for the common cause, nor take the start of bonds broke but one day, and say they were forfeited by Providence. Nor shall you need all night to eat huge meals, to celebrate your next day's fast the better, the whilst the brethren and the sisters humbled, abate the stiffness of the flesh. Nor cast before your hungry hearers scrupulous bones, as whether a Christian may hawk or hunt, or whether matrons of the holy assembly may lay their hair out, or wear doublets, or have that idle starch about their linen. It is indeed an idol. Mind him not, sir. I do command thee, spirit of zeal, but trouble to peace within him. Pray you, sir, go on. Nor shall you need to libel gainst the prelates, and shotten so your ears against the hearing of the next wire-drawn grace. Nor of necessity rail against plays, to please the alderman whose daily custard you devour. Nor lie with zealous rage till you are hoarse. Not one of these so singular arts. Nor call yourselves by names of tribulation, persecution, restraint, long patience, and such like, affected by the whole family or wood of you, only for glory, and to catch the ear of the disciple. Truly, sir, they are ways that the godly brethren have invented, for propagation of the glorious cause as very notable means, and whereby also themselves grow soon, and profitably, famous. Oh, but the stone, all's idle to it. Nothing, the art of angels nature's miracle, the divine secret that doth fly in clouds from east to west, and whose tradition is not from men, but spirits. I hate traditions, I do not trust them peace, they are popish all, I will not peace, I will not, Ananias, please the profane to grieve the godly I may not. Well, Ananias, thou shalt overcome. It is an ignorant zeal that haunts him, sir. but truly else a very faithful brother, a butcher and a man by revelation, that hath a competent knowledge of the truth. Has he a competent sum there in the bag to buy the goods within? I am made guardian, and must, for charity and conscience sake, now see the most be made for my poor orphan, though I desire the brethren too good gainers, there they are within. When you have viewed and bought 'em, and ta'en the inventory of what they are ready for projection. There's no more to do. Cast on the medicine, so much silver as there is tin there, so much gold as brass, I'll give it you in by weight. But how long time, sir, must the saints expect yet? Let me see, how's the moon now? 8, 9, 10 days hence, he will be silver potate, then 3 days before he citronize. Some 15 days, the magisterium will be perfected. About the 2nd day of the 3rd week in the 9th month. Yes, my good Ananias. What will the orphan's goods arise to, think you? Some 100 marks, as much as filled 3 cars, unladed now. You'll make 6 millions of them, but I must have more coals laid in. How? Another load, and then we have finished? We must now increase our fire to ignes ardens. We are past Fimus Equinus, Balne, Cinerus, and all those Lenta heats. If the holy purse should with this draught fall low, and that the saints do need a present sum, I have a trick to melt the pewter. You shall buy now, instantly, and with a tincture make you as good Dutch dollars as any are in Holland. Can you so? Aye, and shall bide the 3rd examination. It will be joyful tidings to the brethren, but you must carry it secret. Aye, but stay, this act of coining, is it lawful? Lawful, we know no magistrate. Ah, if we did, this is foreign coin. It is no coining, sir, it is but casting. Ha, you distinguish well. Casting of money may be lawful. 'Tis, sir, truly I take it so. There is no scruple, sir, to be made of it, believe Ananias, this case of conscience he is studied in. I'll make a question of it to the brethren. The brethren shall approve it lawful, doubt not. Where shall it be done? For that we'll talk anon. There's some to speak with me. Go in, I pray you, and view the parcels. That's the inventory. I'll come to you straight. Who is it? Face, appear, how now? Good prize, good pox, yond costive cheetah never came on. How then? I have walked the round till now, and no such thing, and have you quit him? Quit him? And hell would quit him too, he were happy. Slight, would you have me stalk like a mill jade all day, for one that will not yield us grains? I know him of old. Oh, but to have gulled him, had been a mastery. Let him go, black boy, and turn thee that some fresh news may possess thee. A noble count, a don of Spain, my dear delicious compeer, and my potty bod, who is come hither private for his conscience, and brought munition with him. 6 great slops, bigger than 3 Dutch hoys, beside round trunks, furnished with pistolets and pieces of 8, will straight be here, my rogue, to have thy bath. That is the colour, and to make his battery upon our doll, our castle, our sink pot, our Dover pier, our what thou wilt. Where is she? She must prepare perfumes, delicate linen, the bath in chief, a banquet, and her wit, for she must milk his epididymis. Where is the doxy? I'll send her to thee, and but dispatch my brace of little John Ladens and come again myself. Are they within then, numbering the sum? How much? 100 marks, boy. Why, this is a lucky day. 10 pounds of mammon, 3 of my clock, a pottage of my grossa, this of the brethren, beside reversions and states to come in the widow and my count. My share today will not be bought for 40, what, pounds, dainty Dorothy? Art thou so near? Yes, say, Lord General, how fares our camp? As with the few that had entrenched themselves safe by their discipline against a world dull, and laughed within those trenches, and grew fat with thinking on the booties dull, brought in daily by their small parties. This dear hour, a doughty don is taken with my doll, and thou mayst make his ransom what thou wilt, my dowsable. He shall be brought here fetted with thy fair looks before he sees thee, and thrown in a down bed, as dark as any dungeon, where thou shalt keep him waking with thy drum, my doll, thy drum, till he be tame as the poor blackbirds were in the great frost, or bees are with a basin, and so hive him in the swanskin coverlid and cambric sheets till he work honey and wax, my little God's gift. What is he, General, an adalantado, a grandee girl, was not my dapper here yet? No, nor my drugger, neither, a pox on 'em they are so long a furnishing, such stinkards would not be seen upon these festival days. How now, have you done? Done, they are gone, the sum is here in bank, my face. I would we knew another chapman now would buy 'em outright. Slid, nab shall dot against he have the widow to furnish household. Excellent, well thought on, pray God he come. I pray he keep away till our new business be past. But face, how cam'st thou by this secret dawn? A spirit brought me intelligence in a paper here, as I was conjuring yonder in my circle for Surly. I have my flies abroad. Your bath is famous, subtle, by my means. Sweet doll, you must go tune your virginal, no losing o' the least time, and do you hear? Good action. Firk like a flounder, kiss like a scallop, close, and tickle him with thy mother tongue. His great Verdugoship has not a jot of language, so much the easier to be cozened, my dolly. He will come here in a hired coach, obscure, and our own coachman, whom I have sent as guide, no creature else. Knocking without. Who's that? It is not he? Oh no, not yet this hour. Who is't, Dapper, your clock? God's will then, Queen of Fairy, on with your tire, and Doctor with your robes. Let's dispatch him for God's sake. 'Twill be long. I warrant you, take but the cues I give you, it shall be brief enough. Goes to the window. Slight, here a maw. Abel, and I think the angry boy, the heir that fain would quarrel. And the widow? No, not that I see. Away? Oh, sir, you are welcome. The doctor is within a moving for you. I have had the most ado to win him to it. He swears you'll be the darling of the dice. He never heard her highness dote till now. Your aunt has given you the most gracious words that can be thought on. Shall I see her grace, see her and kiss her too? What, honest Nab, haste brought the damask? No, sir, he is tobacco. 'Tis well done, Nab, thou'lt bring the damask too? Yes, he is the gentleman, Captain Master Castrol, I have brought to see the doctor. Where's the widow? Sir, as he likes, his sister, he says, shall come. Oh, is it so? Good time. Is your name Castrol, sir? I and the best of the Castrols, I'd be sorry else, by 1,500 a year. Where is the doctor? My mad tobacco boy here tells me of one that can do things. Has he any skill? Wherein, sir? To carry a business, manage a quarrel fairly, upon fit terms. It seems, sir, you are but young about the town that can make that a question. Sir, not so young, but I have heard some speech of the angry boys, and seen them take tobacco, and in his shop, and I can take it too. And I would fain be one of them, and go down and practice in the country. Sir, for the duello, the doctor, I assure you, shall inform you, to the least shadow of a hair, and show you an instrument he has of his own making, wherewith no sooner shall you make report of any quarrel, but he will take the height on't most instantly, and tell in what degree of safety it lies in, or mortality, and how it may be borne, whether in a right line, or a half circle, or may else be cast into an angle blunt, if not acute, and this he will demonstrate. And then, rules to give and take the lie by. How to take it? Yes, in oblique he'll show you, or in circle, but never in diameter. The whole town study his theorems and dispute them ordinarily at the eating academies. But does he teach living by the wits too? Anything whatever. You cannot think that subtlety, but he reads it. He made me a captain. I was a stock pimp just of your standing, for I met with him. It is not 2 months since. I'll tell you his method. First, he will enter you at some ordinary. No, I'll not come there, you shall pardon me. For why, sir? There's gaming there and tricks. Why, would you be a gallant and not game? I, 'twill spend a man, spend you. It will repair you when you are spent. How do they live by their wits there that have vented 6 times your fortunes? What, 3,000 a year? I, 40,000. Are there such? I, sir, and gallants yet. He is a young gentleman, points to Dapper. Is bond to nothing, 40 marks a year, which I count nothing. He is to be initiated and have a fly of the doctor. He will win you, by unresistible luck, within this fortnight, enough to buy a barony. They will set him upmost at the Groom Potter's all the Christmas, and for the whole year through, at every place where there is play, present him with the chair, the best attendance, the best drink, sometimes 2 glasses of canary, and pay nothing. The purest linen, and the sharpest knife, the partridge next his trencher, and somewhere the dainty bed, in private with the dainty. You shall have your ordinaries bid for him, as playhouses for a poet, and the master pray him aloud to name what dish he affects, which must be butted shrimps, and those that drink to no mouth else will drink to his, as being the goodly president mouth of all the bod. Do you not gull one? Odds my life. Do you think it? You shall have a cost commander, can but get in credit with a glover, or a spurrier, for some 2 pair of either's wear a forehand, will, by most swift posts dealing with him, arrive at competent means to keep himself, his punk and naked boy, in excellent fashion, and be admired fought. Will the doctor teach this? He will do more, sir, when your land is gone, as men of spirit hate to keep earth long, in a vacation, when small money is stirring, and ordinaries suspended till the term, he'll show a perspective, where on one side you shall behold the faces and the persons of all sufficient young heirs in town, whose bonds are current for commodity. On th other side, the merchants, farms, and others, that without help of any second broker, who would expect a share, will trust such parcels. In the 3rd square, the very street and sign where the commodity dwells, and does but wait to be delivered, be it pepper, soap, hops, or tobacco, oatmeal, woad, or cheeses. All which you may so handle, to enjoy to your own use, and never stand obliged. I faith, is he such a fellow? Why, Nab here knows him. And then for making matches for rich widows, young gentlewomen, as the fortunatest man, he's sent to far and near, all over England, to have his counsel, and to know their fortunes. God's will, my sister shall see him. I'll tell you, sir, what he did tell me of Nab. It's a strange thing. By the way, you must eat no cheese, Nab, it breeds melancholy. And that same melancholy breeds worms, but pass it? He told me, honest Nab here was ne'er at tavern but once in's life. Truth, and no more I was not. And then he was so sick. Could he tell you that too? How should I know it? In troth we had been a-shooting, and had a piece of fat ram mutton to supper, that lay so heavy o' my stomach. And he has no head to bear any wine, for what with the noise of the fiddlers, and care of his shop, for he dares keep no servants, my head did so ache, and he was fain to be brought home, the doctor told me, and then a good old woman, yes, faith, she dwells in Seacole Lane, did cure me with sodden ale and pellitory of the wall, cost me but 2d. I had another sickness was worse than that. Aye, that was with the grief thou tookst for being cessed at 18d for the water-work. In truth, and it was like tea have cost me almost my life. Thy hair went off? Yes, sir, 'twas done for spite. Nay, so says the doctor. Pray thee, tobacco boy, go fetch my sister. I'll see this learned boy before I go, and so shall she. Sir, he is busy now, but if you have a sister to fetch hither, perhaps your own pains may command her sooner, and he by that time will be free. I go. Drugger, she's thine, the damask? Subtle and I must wrestle for her. Aside, come on, Master Dapper, you see how I turn clients here away, to give your cause dispatch. Have you performed the ceremonies were enjoined you? Yes, of the vinegar and the clean shirt. 'Tis well, that shirt may do you more worship than you think. Your aunt's a fire, but that she will not show it, to have a sight of you. Have you provided for her grace's servants? Yes, here are 60 Edward shillings. Good, and an old Harry's sovereign. Very good, and 3 James shillings and an Elizabeth groat, just 20 nobles. Oh, you are too just. I would you had had the other noble and Mary's. I have some Philip and Mary's. Aye, those same are best of all. Where are they? Hark, the doctor, in a feigned voice, is yet her grace's cousin come? He is come, and is he fasting? Yes, and hath cried hum? Thrice you must answer, thrice, and as oft buzz, if you have, say, I have. Then to her coz, hoping that he hath vinegared his senses as he was bid, the fairy queen dispenses by me this robe, the petticoat of fortune, which that he straight put on, she doth importune. And though to fortune near be her petticoat, yet nearer is her smock, the queen doth note, and therefore, even of that a piece she hath sent which, being a child, to wrap him in was rent. And praise him for a scarf he now will wear it, with as much love as then her grace did tear it about his eyes, to show he is fortunate. They blind him with the rag. And trusting unto her to make his state, he'll throw away all worldly pelf about him, which that he will perform, she doth not doubt him. She need not doubt him, sir, alas, he has nothing, but what he will pot withal as willingly, upon her grace's word. Throw away your purse, as she would ask it, handkerchiefs and all, he throws away as they bid him. She cannot bid that thing, but he'll obey. If you have a ring about you, cast it off, or a silver seal at your wrist, her grace will send her fairies here to search you. Therefore deal directly with her highness, if they find that you conceal a mite, you are undone. Truly there's all what? My money, truly? Keep nothing that is transitory about you. Aside to subtle, bid doll play music. Doll plays on the sitten within. Look, the elves are come, to pinch you if you tell not truth. Advise you? Oh, I have a paper with a spurial int. Tie, tie, they newt, they say. Tie, 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 tie. He has more yet. Tie, tight, I tie. Aside to subtle. In the other pocket. Teety, 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 teety. They must pinch him or he will never confess, they say. Oh, nay, pray you, hold. He is her grace's nephew, tie, tie, tie. What care you? Good faith, you shall care. Deal plainly, sir, and shame the fairies. Show you are innocent, by this good light I have nothing. Tie, 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 to ta. He does equivocate, she says tie, tie do tie, tie, tie do, tie da, and swears by the light when he is blinded. By this good doc, I have nothing but a half-crown of gold about my wrist that my love gave me, and a leaden hot I was since she forsook me. I thought 'twas something. And would you incur your aunt's displeasure for these trifles? Come, I had rather you had thrown away 20 half-crowns, takes it off. You may wear your leaden hot still. How now? What news, doll? Yonder's your knight, Sir Mammon. Odds lid, we never thought of him till now. Where is he? Here hard by, he is at the door. And you are not ready now? Doll, get his suit, he must not be sent back. Oh, by no means. What shall we do with this same puffin here now he's on the spit? Why, lay him back a while with some device. Tie, 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 would her grace speak with me? I come. Help, doll, speaks through the keyhole. Who's there? Sir Epicure, my master's in the way. Please you to walk 3 or 4 turns, but till his back be turned, and I am for you. Quickly, doll. Her grace commends her kindly to you, Master Dapper. I long to see her grace. She now is set at dinner in her bed, and she has sent you from her own private trencher. a dead mouse and a piece of gingerbread to be merry withal, and stay your stomach, lest you faint with fasting. Yet if you could hold out till she saw you, she says, it would be better for you. Sir, he shall hold out and tweer this 2 hours for her highness. I can assure you that. We will not lose all we have done. He must not see nor speak to anybody till then. For that will put, sir, a stay in's mouth. Of what? Of gingerbread, make you it fit. He that hath pleased her grace thus far shall not now crinkle for a little. Gape, sir, and let him fit you. Where shall we now bestow him? In the privy. Come along, sir, I now must show you Fortune's privy lodgings. Are they perfumed, and his bath ready? All, only the fumigations somewhat strong. Speaking through the keyhole. Sir Epicure, I am yours, sir, by and by. Act room and fa scene I a room in Lovewit's house. Oh, sir, you're come in the only finest time. Where's master? Now preparing for projection, sir. Your stuff will be all changed shortly. Into gold, to gold and silver, sir. Silver I care not for. Yes, sir, a little to give beggars. Where's the lady, at hand here? I have told her such brave things of you, touching your bounty and your noble spirit. Haste thou, as she is almost in her fit to see you. But, good sir, no divinity in your conference for fear of putting her in rage. I warrant thee. 6 men, sir, will not hold her down, and then, if the old man should hear or see you, fear not. The very house, sir, would run mad. You know it, how scrupulous he is and violent gainst the least act of sin. Physic or mathematics, poetry, state or bawdry, as I told you, she will endure and never startle, but no word of controversy. I am schooled, good Ulan, and you must praise her house, remember that, and her nobility. Let me alone, no herald, no, nor antiquary lungs shall do it better. Go, aside. Why, this is yet a kind of modern happiness to have dull common for a great lady. Now, Epicure, heighten thyself, talk to her all in gold, rain her as many showers as Jove did drops unto his Danae. Show the god a miser, compared with Mammon. What, the stone will dot. She shall feel gold, taste gold, hear gold, sleep gold, nay, we will concumber gold. I will be puissant and mighty in my talk to her. Here she comes, to him dull, suckle him. This is the noble knight I told your ladyship. Madam, with your pardon, I kiss your vesture. Sir, I were uncivil if I would suffer that, my lip to you, sir. I hope my lord your brother be in health, lady. My lord my brother is, though I know lady, sir. Aside. Well said, my guinea bird. Right noble madam, aside. Oh, we shall have most fierce idolatry. 'Tis your prerogative, rather your courtesy. Were there naught else to enlarge your virtues to me, these answers speak your breeding and your blood. Blood we boast none, sir, a poor baron's daughter. Poor, and gat you? Profane not. Had your father slept all the happy remnant of his life after that act, Leon, but there still, and panted, he had done enough to make himself, his issue, and his posterity noble. Sir, although we may be said to want the gilt and trappings, the dress of honor, yet we strive to keep the seeds and the materials. I do see the old ingredient, virtue, was not lost, nor the drug money used to make your compound. There is a strange nobility in your eye, this lip, that chin. Methinks you do resemble one of the Austriac princes. Very like, aside, her father was an Irish costermonger. The house of Valois just had such a nose, and such a forehead, yet the Medici of Florence boast. Troth, and I have been likened to all these princes. Aside, I'll be sworn I heard it, I know not how. It is not anyone, but the very choice of all their features. Aside, I'll in and laugh. A certain touch or air that sparkles a divinity beyond an earthly beauty? Oh, you play the courtier. Good lady, give me leave, in faith, I may not to mock me, sir, to burn in this sweet flame. The phoenix never knew a nobler death. Nay, now you caught the courtier, and destroy what you would build. This art, sir, in your words, calls your whole faith in question. By my soul, nay, oaths are made of the same air, sir. Nature never bestowed upon mortality a more unblamed, a more harmonious feature. She played the stepdame in all faces else. Sweet madam, let me be particular, sir? I pray you know your distance. In no ill sense, sweet lady, but to ask how your fair graces pass the hours. I see you are lodged here, in the house of a rare man, an excellent artist, but what's that to you? Yes, sir, I study here the mathematics and distillation. Oh, I cry your pardon. He's a divine instructor, can extract the souls of all things by his art, call all the virtues and the miracles of the sun into a temperate furnace, teach dull nature what her own fauces are. A man, the emperor has caught it above Kelly, sent his medals and chains to invite him. Aye, and for his physic, sir, above the art of Aesculapius that drew the envy of the thunderer. I know all this and more. Troth, I am taken, sir, whole with these studies that contemplate nature. It is a noble humour, but this farm was not intended to so dark a use. Had you been crooked, foul, of some cost mould a cloister had done well, but such a feature that might stand up the glory of a kingdom, to live recluse, is a mere solecism, though in a nunnery. It must not be. I muse, my lord, your brother will permit it. You should spend half my land first, were I he. Does not this diamond better on my finger than in the quarry? Yes, why, you are like it. You were created, lady, for the light. Here you shall wear it. Take it, the first pledge of what I speak, to bind you to believe me. In chains of adamant? Yes, the strongest bands, and take a secret too, here by your side, doth stand this hour the happiest man in Europe. You are contented, sir? Nay, in true being, the envy of princes and the fear of states. Say you so, Sir Epicure? Yes, and thou shalt prove it, daughter of Honor. I have cast mine eye upon thy form, and I will rear this beauty above all styles. You mean no treason, sir? No, I will take away that jealousy. I am the lord of the philosopher's stone, and thou the lady. How, sir, have you that? I am the master of the mystery. This day the good old wretch hero the house has made it for us. Now he's at projection. Think therefore thy first wish now, let me hear it. And it shall rain into thy lap, no shower, but floods of gold, whole cataracts, a deluge to get a nation on thee. You are pleased, sir, to work on the ambition of our sex. I am pleased the glory of her sex should know. This nook here, of the friars, is no climate for her to live obscurely in, to learn physic and surgery, for the constable's wife of some odd hundred in Essex. But come forth, and taste the air of palaces. Eat, drink the toils of empirics and their boasted practice. Tincture of pearl and coral, gold and amber, be seen at feasts and triumphs. Have it asked what miracle she is. Set all the eyes of codifia, like a burning glass, and work them into cinders, when the jewels of 20 states adorn thee, and the light strikes out the stars. That when thy name is mentioned, queens may look pale, and we but showing our love, Nero's papier may be lost in story. Thus will we have it. I could well consent, sir. But in a monarchy, how will this be? The prince will soon take notice, and both seize you and your stone, it being a wealth unfit for any private subject, if he knew it. Yourself do boast it, sir. To thee my life. Oh, but beware, sir. You may come to end the remnants of your days in a loathed prison by speaking of it. 'Tis no idle fear. We'll therefore go with thou, my girl, and live in a free state, where we will eat our mullets, soused in high country wines, sup pheasants' eggs, and have our cockles boiled in silver shells, our shrimps to swim again, as when they lived, in a rare butter made of dolphin's milk, whose cream does look like opals. And with these delicate meats set ourselves high for pleasure, and take us down again, and then renew our youth and strength with drinking the elixir, and so enjoy a perpetuity of life and lust. And thou shalt have thy wardrobe richer than nature's, still to change thyself, and very oftener, for thy pride, than she, or aught, her wise and almost equal servant. Sir, you are too loud. I hear you every word into the laboratory, some fit a place, the garden, or great chamber above. How like you her? Excellent, lungs, there's for thee. But do you hear? Good sir, beware, no mention of the rabbins, we think not on 'em. Oh, it is well, sir. Subtle, dost thou not laugh? Yes, are they gone, all's clear, the widow is come, and your quarrelling disciple? I must to my captainship again then. Stay, bring them in first. So I meant, what is she? Abominable? I know not. We'll draw lots, you'll stand to that. What else? Oh, for a suit to fall now like a curtain flap. To the door, man. You'll have the first kiss, cause I am not ready. Yes, and perhaps hit you through both the nostrils. Within. Who would you speak with? Within. Where's the captain? Within. Gone, sir, about some business. Within. Gone. Within. He'll return straight. But Master Doctor, his lieutenant, is here. Come near, my worshipful boy, my tarry filly, that is, my boy of land, make thy approaches. Welcome. I know thy lusts and thy desires, and I will serve and satisfy them. Begin, charge me from thence, or in this line. Here is my centre, ground thy quarrel. You lie. How, child of wrath and anger, the loud lie. For what, my sudden boy? Nay, that look you to, I am aforehand. Oh, this is no true grammar, and as ill logic. You must render causes, child, your first and second intentions, know your canons and your divisions, moods, degrees, and differences, your predicaments, substance and accident, series, extern and intern, with their causes, efficient, material, formal, final, and have your elements perfect. Aside. What is this? The angry tongue he talks in? That false precept, of being aforehand, has deceived a number, and made them enter quarrels oftentimes before they were aware, and afterward against their wills. How must I do then, sir? I cry this lady mercy. She should first have been saluted. Kisses her. I do call you lady, because you ought to be one, ere be long, my soft and buxom widow. Is she, I faith? Yes, oh my aught is an egregious liar. How know you? By inspection on her forehead, and subtlety of her lip, which must be tasted often to make a judgment. Kisses her again. Slight, she melts like a myrobalan. Here is yet a line in Revo Frontes tells me he is no knight. What is he then, sir? Let me see your hand. Oh, your linea faucini makes it plain, and stella here in Monte Veneris. But most of all, junctura annularis. He is a soldier, or a man of art, lady, but shall have some great honour shortly. Brother, he's a rare man, believe me. Hold your peace. Here comes the other rare man. Save you, captain, good master Castrol. Is this your sister? Aye, sir, please you to kiss her and be proud to know her. I shall be proud to know you, lady. Brother, he calls me lady too. Aye, peace, I heard it. The count is come. Where is he? At the door. Why, you must entertain him. What will you do with these the while? Why, have them up and show them some fustian book or the dark glass. For God, she is a delicate dabchick. I must have her, must you? Aye, if your fortune will, you must. Come, sir, the captain will come to us presently. I'll have you to my chamber of demonstrations, where I will show you both the grammar and logic, and rhetoric of quarrelling, my whole method drawn out in tables, and my instrument that hath the several scales upon't, shall make you able to quarrel at a straw's breadth by moonlight. And, lady, I'll have you look in a glass some half an hour, but to clear your eyesight, against you see your fortune, which is greater than I may judge upon the sudden, trust me. Where are you, doctor? Within, I'll come to you presently. I will have this same widow, now I have seen her on any composition. What do you say? Have you disposed of them? I have sent them up. Subtle in troth, I needs must have this widow. Is that the matter? Nay, but hear me, go to. If you rebel once, Dol shall know it all, therefore be quiet, and obey your chance. Nay, thou art so violent now, do but conceive, thou art old, and canst not serve, who cannot? I, slight, I will serve her with thee for a, nay, but understand, I'll give you composition, I will not treat with thee, what, sell my fortune? 'Tis better than my birthright. Do not murmur, win her and carry her. If you grumble, Dol knows it directly. Well, sir, I am silent. Will you go help to fetch in Don in state? I follow you, sir. We must keep face in awe. Oh, he will overlook us like a tyrant. Brain of a tailor, who comes here? Don John, Señors beso las manos of vuestras Mercedes. Would you had stooped a little and kissed our annos? Peace, subtle, stab me, I shall never hold man. He looks in that deep ruff like a head in a plata, served in by a shot cloak upon two trestles. Ah, what you say to a collar of brawn, cut down beneath the souse, and wriggled with a knife? Slud, he does look too fat to be a Spaniard. Perhaps some Fleming or some Hollander got him in Dalva's time, Count Egmont's bastard. Don, your scurvy, yellow, Madrid face is welcome. Gracia. He speaks out of a fortification. Pray God he have no squibs in those deep sets. Pa Dios, señors, my linda casa, what says he? Praises the house, I think, I know no more but's action. Yes, the casa, my precious Diego, will prove fair enough to cozen you in. Do you mock? You shall be cozened, Diego. Cozened. Do you see my worthy donzel cozened? Entiendo, do you intend it? So do we, dear Don. Have you brought pistolets or potags, my solemn Don? Dost thou feel any? Feels his pockets full. You shall be emptied, Don, pumped and drawn dry, as they say. Milked, in troth, sweet Don. See all the monsters, the great lion of all, Don. Con licentia, si pude vera esta senora? What talks he now? Of the senora. Oh, Don, this is the lioness, which you shall see also, my Don. Slid subtle, how shall we do? For what? Why, Dol's employed, you know. That's true. For heaven, I know not. He must stay, that's all. Stay, that he must not by no means know. Why? Unless you'll mar all. Slight, he will suspect it, and then he will not pay, not half so well. This is a travelled punkmaster, and does know all the delays, a notable hot rascal, and looks already rampant. Death and Mammon must not be troubled. Mammon, in no case. What shall we do then? Think, you must be sudden. Entiendo que la señora es tan hermosa, que codicio tan verla, como la bien aventuranza de mi vida. My vida? Slid subtle, he puts me in mind of the widow. What dost thou say to draw her to it, ha, and tell her 'tis her fortune? All our venture now lies upon't. It is but one man more, which of us chance to have her, and beside there is no maidenhead to be feared or lost. What dost thou think on't, subtle? Who? I? Why, the credit of our house too is engaged. You made me an offer for my share, Iruhile. What wilt thou give me, I faith? Oh, by that light I'll not buy now. You know you're doomed to me. And take your lot, obey your chance, sir, win her, and wear her out for me. Slight, I'll not work her then. It is the common cause, therefore bethink you. Dol else must know it, as you said, I care not. Señors, poxy tata tanto? Faith, I am not fit, I am old. That's now no reason, sir. Pude sir de haza burla de my ama. You hear the Don too? By this air I call and loose the hinges. Dol, a plague of hell, will you then do? You are a terrible rogue, I'll think of this. Will you, sir, call the widow? Yes, and I'll take her too with all her faults now I do think on't better. With all my heart, sir, am I discharged o' the lot, as you please. Hands, remember now, that upon any change, you never claim her. Much good joy and health to you, sir, marry aha. Fate, let me wed a witch first. Poor Estas Henrada's babas, he swears by his beard. Dispatch and call the brother too. Tengo Judah senyas quenomi hagan alguna tration. How issue on? Yes, Priesto Senna, please you and Thratha the Chambrata, worthy Don, where if you please the fates in your bathada, you shall be soaked and stroked and tubbed and rubbed and scrubbed and fubbed, dear Don. Before you go, you shall in faith, my scurvy baboon Don, be curried, clawed and flawed and tawed indeed. I will the hotlier go about it now, and make the widow a punk so much the sooner, to be revenged on this impetuous face. The quickly doing of it is the grace. Seen room into another room in the same. Come, lady. I knew the doctor would not leave till he had found the very nick of her fortune. To be a countess, say you, a Spanish countess, sir? Why, is that better than an English countess? Better? Slight make you that a question, lady? Nay, she is a fool, captain, you must pardon her. Ask from your courtier to your inns of cotman to your mere milliner. They will tell you all, your Spanish jennet is the best hoss. Your Spanish stoop is the best garb. Your Spanish beard is the best cut. Your Spanish ruffs are the best wear. Your Spanish pavon the best dance, your Spanish titillation in a glove the best perfume, and for your Spanish pike and Spanish blade, let your poor captain speak. Here comes the doctor. My most honored lady, for so I am now to style you, having found by this my scheme, you are to undergo an honorable fortune, very shortly. What will you say now, if some? I have told her all, sir, and her right worshipful brother here, that she shall be a countess. Do not delay them, sir, a Spanish countess. Still, my scarce worshipful captain, you can keep no secret? Well, since he has told you, madam, do you forgive him and I do? She shall do that, sir, I'll look to it, 'tis my charge. Well then, not rests but that she fit her love now to her fortune. Truly I shall never brook a Spaniard. No, never since 88 could I abide them, and that was some 3 year afore I was born, in truth. Come, you must love him, I'll be miserable, choose which you will. By this good rush persuade her, she will cry strawberries else within this 12 a month. Nay, shads and mackerel, which is worse? Indeed, sir? Odds lid, you shall love him, or I'll kick you. Why, I'll do as you will have me, brother. Do, or by this hand I'll maul you. Nay, good sir, be not so fierce. No, my enraged child, she will be ruled. What, when she comes to taste the pleasures of a countess? To be courted and kissed and ruffled, I behind the hangings, and then come forth in pomp, and know her state? Of keeping all the idolaters of the chamber bearer to her, then at their prayers, is served upon the knee, and has her pages, ushers, footmen, and coaches, her 6 mares, nay 8, to hurry her through London, to the Exchange, Bedlam, the China houses, yes, and have the citizens gape at her, and praise her tires and my lord's goose-stirred bands that ride with her, most brave. By this hand you are not my sister if you refuse. I will not refuse, brother. Que es esto, señors, que no venga? Esta tardanza mi mata. It is the Count come. The doctor knew he would be here, by his art. En galanta madama don, galantissima, pa todos los dioses la más acabada hermosura, que he visto en mi vida, is not a gallant language that they speak, an admirable language, is not French, no Spanish, sir, it goes like law French, and that, they say, is the costliest language. List, sir. El sol ha perdido su lumba, con el esplendor que tri esta dama, valgame Dios, he admires your sister, must not she make curtsy? Odds will, she must go to him, man, and kiss him. It is the Spanish fashion for the women to make first caught. 'Tis true he tells you, sir, his aunt knows all. Porque no se acude, he speaks to her, I think, that he does, sir. Por el ama de Dios, que es esto que citada? Nay, see, she will not understand him. Gull naughty, what say you, brother? Ask my sister. Go kiss him, as the cunning man would have you. I'll thrust a pin in your buttocks else. Oh no, sir. Señora mia, my persona esta muy indigna der allegara tanta hermosura. Does he not use her bravely? Bravely, I faith. Nay, he will use her better, do you think so? Señora, si sera servida entremonos, where does he carry her? Into the garden, sir, take you no thought, I must interpret for her. Give dull the word, aside to face who goes out. Come, my fierce child, advance. We'll to our quarrelling lesson again, agreed. I love a Spanish boy with all my heart. Nay, and by this means, sir, you shall be brother to a great count. I knew that at first this match will advance the house of the Castrals. Pray God your sister prove but pliant? Why, her name is so by her other husband. How, the widow Pliant, knew you not that? No, faith, sir, yet by erection of her figure I guessed it. Come, let's go practice. Yes, but do you think, doctor, I shall quarrel well, I warrant you. Seen room in 3 another room in the same. For after Alexander's death, good lady, that Perdiccas and Antigonus were slain, The two that stood, Seluk and Ptolemy, madam, made up the 2 legs, and the 4th beast that was Gognoth and Egypt south, which after was called Gogion leg and Southion leg, lady, and then Goghond. So was Egypt too, then Egypt clayleg and Gog clayleg, sweet madam, and lost Gog dust, and Egypt dust, which fall in the last link of the 4th chain. And these be stars in story, which none see, all look at. What shall I do? For, as he says, except we call the rabbins and the heathen Greeks, dear lady, to come from Salem and from Athens and teach the people of Great Britain, what's the matter, sir? To speak the tongue of Ebba and Javan, oh, she's in her fit. We shall know nothing, death, sir, we are undone. Where then a learned linguist shall see the ancient used communion of vowels and consonants, my master will hear? A wisdom which Pythagoras held most high, sweet honorable lady, to comprise all sounds of voices in few marks of letters? Nay, you must never hope to lay her now. And so we may arrive by Talmud's skill and profane Greek to raise the building up of Helen's house against the Ismailite, king of Thogama, and his habijans brimstony, blue, and fiery, and the foss of King Abaddon, and the beast of Sittim, which Rabbi David Kimchai, Onkelos, and Aben Ezra do interpret Rome. How did you put her in taught? Alas, I talked of a 5th monarchy I would erect with the philosopher's stone by chance, and she falls on the other foss straight. Out of Broughton? I told you so. Slid stop her mouth, ist best, she'll never leave else. If the old man hear her, we are but feces ashes. Within? What's to do there? Oh, we are lost. Now she hears him, she is quiet. Where shall I hide me? How, what sight is here? Close deeds of darkness, and that shun the light. Bring him again. Who is he? What, my son? Oh, I have lived too long. Nay, good dear father, there was no unchaste purpose. Not, and flee me when I come in, that was my error. Error, guilt, my son, give it the right name. No marvel, if I found check in our great work within, when such affairs as these were managing. Why have you so? It has stood still this half hour, and all the rest of our less works gone back. Where is the instrument of wickedness, my lewd false drudge? Nay, good sir, blame not him. Believe me, 'twas against his will or knowledge. I saw her by chance. Will you commit ma sin to excuse a varlet? By my hope, 'tis true, sir. Nay, then I wonder less if you, for whom the blessing was prepared, would so tempt heaven, and lose your fortunes. Why, sir? This will retard the work a month at least. Why, if it do, what remedy? But think it not, good father, our purposes were honest. As they were, so the reward will prove. A loud explosion within. How now? Ah me, God and all saints be good to us. What's that? Oh, sir, we are defeated? All the works have flown in fumo, every glass is burst, furnace and all rent down, as if a bolt of thunder had been driven through the house. Retorts, receivers, pelicans, bolt heads, all struck in shivers. Subtle falls down as in a swoon. Help, good sir. Alas, coldness and death invades him. Nay, Sir Mammon, do the fair offices of a man. You stand as you were readier to depart than he, knocking within. Who's there? My lord her brother is come. Ha, lungs. His coach is at the door. Avoid his sight, for he's as furious as his sister's mad. Alas, my brain is quite undone with the fumes, sir. I ne'er must hope to be mine own man again. Is all lost, lungs? Will nothing be preserved of all our cost? Faith, very little, sir. A peck of coals also, which is cold comfort, sir. Oh, my voluptuous mind, I am justly punished, and so am I, sir. Cast from all my hopes, nay, certainties, sir, by mine own base affections, seeming to come to himself. Oh, the cursed fruits of vice and lust. Good father, it was my sin. Forgive it? Hangs my roof over us still, and will not fall, O justice, upon us for this wicked man? Nay, look, sir, you grieve him now with staying in his sight. Good sir, the nobleman will come too and take you, and that may breed a tragedy. I'll go, I, and repent at home, sir. It may be, for some good penance you may have it yet. £100 to the box at Bedlam, yes. For the restoring such as have their wits, I'll send one to you to receive it. Do. Is no projection left, all flown, or stinks, sir? Will not be saved, that's good for medicine, think'st thou? I cannot tell, sir. There will be perhaps something about the scraping of the shods will cure the itch, though not your itch of mine, sir. Aside, it shall be saved for you and sent home. Good sir, this way, for fear the Lord should meet you. Raising his head, face, eye, is he gone? Yes, and as heavily as all the gold he hoped for were in's blood. Let us be light, though. Leaping up, aye, as balls, and bound and hit our heads against the roof for joy. There's so much of our care now cast away. Now to our dawn. Yes, your young widow by this time is made a countess, face, she has been in travail of a young heir for you. Good sir, off with your case and greet her kindly, as a bridegroom should, after these common hazards. Very well, sir. Will you go fetch Don Diego off the while? And fetch him over too, if you'll be pleased, sir. Would Doll were in her place, to pick his pockets now. Why, you can dot as well if you would set tot. I pray you prove your virtue, for your sake, sir. Scene Roman for another room in the same. Lady, you see into what hands you are fallen, mongst what a nest of villains, and how near your honour was t have catched a certain clap through your credulity, had I but been so punctually forward, as place, time, and other circumstances would have made a man, for you're a handsome woman. Would you were wise too? I am a gentleman come here disguised, only to find the knaveries of this citadel, and where I might have wronged your honour, and have not, I claim some interest in your love. You are, they say, a widow, rich, and I'm a bachelor, worth naught. Your fortunes may make me a man, as mine have preserved you a woman. Think upon it, and whether I have deserved you or no. I will, sir, and for these household rogues let me alone to treat with them. How doth my noble Diego, and my dear Madam Countess, hath the Count been courteous, lady, liberal and open? Donzel, methinks you look melancholic after your coitum and scurvy. Truly I do not like the dullness of your eye. It hath a heavy cast, 'tis upsea Dutch, and says you are a lumpish homasta. Be lighter, and I will make your pockets so. Attempts to pick them. Throws open his cloak. Will you Dunbod and Pickpurse? Strikes him down. How now? Reel you? Stand up, sir, you shall find. Since I am so heavy, I'll give you equal weight. Help, Murda? No, sir, there's no such thing intended. A good cot and a clean whip shall ease you of that fear. I am the Spanish Don, that should be cozened, do you see, cozened? Where's your captain face, that postle broca and holbod, all rascal? How surly? Oh, make your approach, good captain. I have found from whence your copper rings and spoons come now, wherewith you cheat abroad in taverns. 'Twas here you learned to anoint your boot with brimstone, then rub men's gold on't for kind of touch, and say 'twas not, when you had changed the colour, that you might haved for nothing. And this doctor, your sooty, smoky-bearded compeer, he will close you so much gold, in a bolt's head, and on a turn, convey in the stead another with sublimed mercury, that shall burst in the heat and fly out all in fumo. Then weeps Mammon, then swoons his worship. Ah, he is the Faustus, that casteth figures and can conjure, cures plagues, piles, and pox by the ephemerides, and holds intelligence with all the bawds and midwives of 3 shires, while you send in, captain? What, is he gone? Damsels with child, wives that are barren, are the waiting maid with the green sickness. Seizes subtle as he is retiring. Nay, sir, you must tarry, though he be scaped, and answer by the ears, sir. Why, now's the time, if ever you will quarrel well, as they say, and be a true bond child. The doctor and your sister both are abused. Where is he? Which is he? He is a slave, whate'er he is, and the son of a haw. Are you the man, sir, I would know? I should be loath, sir, to confess so much, then you lie in your throat. How to Castrol? A very errant rogue, sir, and a cheetah, employed here by another conjurer that does not love the doctor, and would cross him if he knew how. Sir, you are abused, you lie, and 'tis no matter. Well said, sir. He is the impudent'st rascal. You are indeed. Will you hear me, sir? By no means. Bid him begone. Begone, sir, quickly. This is strange. Lady, do you inform your brother. There is not such a foist in all the town. The doctor had him presently, and finds yet the Spanish count will come here. Aside. Bear up, subtle. Yes, sir, he must appear within this hour. And yet this rogue would come in a disguise, by the temptation of another spirit, to trouble our aught, though he could not hurt it. I know, to his sister. Away, you talk like a foolish mother. Sir, all is truth she says. Do not believe him, sir. He is the linkst swabba. Come your ways, sir. You a valiant out of company? Yes, how then, sir? Nay, he is an honest fellow, too, that knows him, and all his tricks. Make good what I say, Abel, aside to drugga. This cheetah would have cozened thee o' the widow. He owes this honest drugga here £7 he has had on him, in 2 oaths of tobacco. Yes, sir, and he has damned himself 3 terms to pay me. And what does he owe for lotium? 30 shillings, sir, and for 6 syringes. Hydra of villainy? Nay, sir, you must quarrel him out o' the house. I will, sir, if you get not out of Dawes, you lie, and you are a pimp. Why, this is madness, sir, not valour in you. I must laugh at this. It is my humour. You are a pimp and a trig and an Amadis de Gaul, or a Don Quixote, or a knight o' the curious coxcomb, do you see? Peace to the household. I'll keep peace for no man. Casting of dollars is concluded lawful. Is he the constable? Peace, Ananias. No, sir. Then you are an otta and a shad a wit a very Tim. You'll hear me, sir. I will not. What is the motive? Zeal in the young gentleman against his Spanish slops. They are profane, lewd, superstitious, and idolatrous breeches. New rascals, will you begone, sir? Avoid Satan. Thou art not of the light. That ruff of pride about thy neck betrays thee, and is the same with that which the unclean birds in 77 were seen to prank it with on divers coasts. Thou lookst like Antichrist in that lewd hat. I must give way. Begone, sir. But I'll take a cost with you, depart, proud Spanish fiend, captain and doctor, child of perdition. Hence, sir, did I not quarrel bravely? Yes, indeed, sir, nay, and I give my mind taut I shall dot. Oh, you must follow, sir, and threaten him tame, he'll turn again else. I'll return him then. Drugga, this rogue prevented us for thee. We had determined that thou shouldst have come in a Spanish suit and have carried her so, and he, a brocoli slave, goes, puts it on himself. Haste brought the damask. Yes, sir, thou must borrow a Spanish suit. Hast thou no credit with the players? Yes, sir, did you never see me play the fool? I know not, Nab, aside, thou shalt, if I can help it. Hieronymo's old cloak, ruff, and hat will serve. I'll tell thee ma when thou bringst 'em. Sir, I know the Spaniard hates the brethren, and hath spies upon their actions, and that this was one I make no scruple. But the holy synod have been in prayer and meditation for it, and 'tis revealed no less to them than me, that casting of money is most lawful. True. But here I cannot do it. If the house should chance to be suspected, all would out, and we be locked up in the tower forever. To make gold there for the state, never come out, and then are you defeated. I will tell this to the elders and the weaker brethren, that the whole company of the separation may join in humble prayer again, and fasting. Yea, for some fitter place. The peace of mind rest with these walls. Thanks, courteous Ananias. What did he come for? About casting dollars presently out of hand. And so I told him, a Spanish minister came here to spy against the faithful, I conceive. Come, subtle, thou art so down upon the least disaster. How wouldst thou ha done if I had not helped thee out? I thank thee, face, for the angry boy, I faith. Who would have looked it should have been that rascal Surly? He had dyed his beard and all. Well, sir, here's Damask come to make you a suit. Where's Drugga? He is gone to borrow me a Spanish habit. I'll be the count now. But where's the widow? Within, with my lord's sister. Madame Doll is entertaining her. By your favor, face, now she is honest. I will stand again, you will not offer it. Why, stand to your word. Ah, here comes Doll, she knows you are tyrannous still, strict for my right. How now, Doll? Haste, thou told her the Spanish count will come. Yes, but another is come you little looked for. Who's that? Your master, the master of the house. How, Doll, she lies, this is some trick. Come, leave your quibblins, Dorothy. Look out and see. Art thou in earnest? Slight, 40 of the neighbours are about him talking. 'Tis he. By this good day. 'Twill prove ill day for some on us. We are undone and taken. Lost, I'm afraid. You said he would not come while there died one a week within the liberties. No, 'twas within the walls. Was't so? Cry you mercy, I thought the liberties. What shall we do now, face? Be silent, not a word if he call or knock. I'll into mine old shape again and meet him of Jeremy, the butler. In the meantime, do you two pack up all the goods and purchase, that we can carry in the 2 trunks. I'll keep him off for today, if I cannot longer, and then at night, I'll ship you both away to Ratcliffe, where we will meet tomorrow, and there we'll share. Let Mammon's brass and pewter keep the cellar, we'll have another time for that. But Doll, prithee go heat a little water quickly. Subtle must shave me. All my captain's beard must off to make me appear smooth, Jeremy. You'll do it? Yes, I'll shave you as well as I can, and not cut my throat, but trim me, you shall see, sir. Act v scene I befall Lovewit's daw. Has there been such resort, say you? Daily, sir, and nightly too, aye, some as brave as lauds, ladies and gentlewomen. Citizens' wives and knights, in coaches, yes, and oyster women, beside other gallants, sailors' wives, tobacco men, another Pimlico. What should my knave advance to draw this company? He hung out no banners of a strange calf with 5 legs to be seen, or a huge lobster with 6 claws? No, sir, we had gone in then. Sir, he has no gift of teaching in the nose that e'er I knew of. You saw no bills set up that promised cure of agues, or the toothache? No such thing, sir. Nor heard a drum struck for baboons or puppets. Neither, sir. What device should he bring forth now? I love a teeming wit as I love my nourishment. Pray God he have not kept such open house that he hath sold my hangings and my bedding. I left him nothing else. If he have eat them, a plague o' the moth, say I. Sure he has got some body pictures to call all this jing. The friar and the nun, or the new motion of the knight's cossa covering the parson's mare, or t may be, he has the fleas that run at tilt upon a table, or some dog to dance. When saw you him? Who, sir? Jeremy Butler? We saw him not this month. How, not these 5 weeks, sir, these 6 weeks at the least. You amaze me, neighbours. Sure, if your worship know not where he is, he's slipped away. Pray God, he be not made away. Ha, it's no time to question then. About some 3 weeks since I heard a doleful cry, as I sat up amending my wife's stockings. 'Tis strange that none will answer. Didst thou hear a cry, say'st thou? Yes, sir, like unto a man that had been strangled an hour, and could not speak. I heard it too, just this day 3 weeks, at 2 o'clock next morning. These be miracles, or you make them so. A man an hour strangled and could not speak, and both you heard him cry. Yes, downward, sir. Thou art a wise fellow. Give me thy hand, I pray thee. What trade art thou on? A smith, an't please your worship. A smith, then lend me thy help to get this door open. That I will presently, sir, but fetch my tools, sir, best to knock again afore you break it. I will, knocks again. What mean you, sir? Oh, here's Jeremy, good sir, come from the daw. Why, what's the matter? Yet, father, you are too near yet. In the name of wonder, what means the fellow? The house, sir, has been visited. What, with the plague? Stand thou then, father. No, sir, I had it not. Who had it then? I left none else but thee in the house. Yes, sir, my fellow, the cat that kept the buttery, had it on her a week before I spied it, but I got her conveyed away in the night, and so I shut the house up for a month. How? Purposing then, sir, to have burnt rose vinegar, treacle, and tar, and have made it sweet, that you should ne'er have known it, because I knew the news would but afflict you, sir. Breathe less and farther off. Why, this is stranger. The neighbours tell me all here that the doors have still been open. How, sir? Gallants, men and women, and of all sorts tagrag, been seen to flock here in threaves these 10 weeks as to a second Hogston, in days of Pimlico and Eyebright. Sir, their wisdoms will not say so. Today they speak of coaches and gallants. One in a French hood went in, they tell me, and another was seen in a velvet gown at the window. Divers more pass in and out. They did pass through the doors then, all walls, I assure their eyesights and their spectacles. For here, sir, are the keys, and here have been, in this my pocket, now above 20 days, and for before, I kept the fort alone there. But that 'tis yet not deep in the afternoon, I should believe my neighbours had seen double through the black pot, and made these apparitions. For on my faith to your worship, for these 3 weeks and upwards the door has not been opened. Strange? Good faith, I think I saw a coach, and I too I'd have been swan. Do you but think it now? And but one coach, we cannot tell, sir. Jeremy is a very honest fellow. Did you see me at all? No, that we are sure on. I'll be swan o' that. Fine rogues to have your testimonies built on. Is Jeremy come? Oh yes, you may leave your tools, we were deceived, he says. He has had the keys, and the door has been shut these 3 weeks. Like enough. Peace and get hence, you changelings. Aside, surly come, and mammon made acquainted, they'll tell all. How shall I beat them off? What shall I do? Nothing's more wretched than a guilty conscience. No, sir, he was a great physician. This it was no bawdy house but a mere chancel. You knew the Lord and his sister. Nay, good surly, the happy word, be rich, play not the tyrant, should be today pronounced to all your friends. And where be your andirons now? And your brass pots that should have been golden flagons and great wedges? Let me but breathe. What they have shut their doors, methinks. Aye, now 'tis holiday with them. Rogues, he and surly knock. Cozeners, impostors, bawds, what mean you, sir? To enter if we can. Another man's house. Here is the owner, sir. Turn you to him and speak your business. Are you, sir, the owner? Yes, sir. And are those knaves within your cheetahs? What knaves, what cheetahs? Subtle and his lungs. The gentleman is distracted, sir. No lungs, nor lights have been seen here these 3 weeks, sir, within these doors, upon my word. Your word, groom arrogant? Yes, sir, I am the housekeeper, and know the keys have not been out of my hands. This is a new face. You do mistake the house, sir. What sign wast it, you rascal? This is one of the Confederacy. Come, let's get officers and force the door. Pray you stay, gentlemen. No, sir, we'll come with warrant. Aye, and then we shall have your doors open. What means this? I cannot tell, sir. These are 2 of the gallants that we do think we saw. 2 of the fools? Your talk as idly as they. Good faith, sir, I think the moon has crazed 'em all. Aside, oh me, the angry boy come too, he'll make a noise and ne'er away till he have betrayed us all. Knocking. What rogues, bawds, slaves, you'll open the door anon. Punk, cockatrice, my sister? By this light I'll fetch the marshal to you. You are a haw to keep your castle. Who would you speak with, sir? The body doctor, and the cozening captain, and puss my sister. This is something, sure. Upon my trust the doors were never open, sir. I have heard all their tricks told me twice over, by the fat knight and the lean gentleman. Here comes another. Ananias too, and his pasta, beating at the door. The doors are shut against us. Come forth, you seed of sulphur, sons of fire. Your stench it is broke forth. Abomination is in the house. Aye, my sister's there. The place it has become a cage of unclean birds. Yes, I will fetch the scavenger and the constable. You shall do well. We'll join to weed them out. You will not come then, punk devise, my sister? Call her not sister, she's a harlot verily. I'll raise the street. Good gentlemen, a word. Satan avoid and hinder not our zeal. The world's turned bedlam. These are all broke loose out of St. Catherine's, where they used to keep the better sort of mad folks. All these persons we saw go in and out here. Yes, indeed, sir. These were the potties. Peace, you drunkards. Sir, I wonder at it. Please you to give me leave to touch the daw. I'll try and the lock be changed. It mazes me. Goes to the daw. Good faith, sir, I believe there's no such thing. 'Tis all deceptio vicis. Aside, would I could get him away. Within, Master Captain, Master Doctor. Who's that? Aside, our clock within. That I forgot, I know not, sir. Within, for God's sake, when will her grace be at leisure? Ha, illusions, some spirit o' the air. Aside, his gag is melted, and now he sets out the throat. Within, I am almost stifled. Aside, would you were all together. 'Tis in the house. Ha, list, believe it, sir, in the air. Peace you, within, mine aunt's grace does not use me well. Within, you fool, peace, you'll mar all, speaks through the keyhole, while Lovewood advances to the door unobserved. All you will else, you rogue. Oh, is it so? Then you converse with spirits? Come, sir, no more of your tricks, good Jeremy. The truth the shortest way. Dismiss this rabble, sir. Aside, what shall I do? I am catched. Good neighbors, I thank you all. You may depart. Come, sir, you know that I am an indulgent master, and therefore conceal nothing. What's your medicine, to draw so many several sorts of wild fowl, sir? You were wont to affect mirth and wit, but here's no place to talk on't in the street. Give me but leave to make the best of my fortune, and only pardon me the abuse of your house. It's all I beg. I'll help you to a widow, in recompense that you shall give me thanks for, will make you 7 years younger, and a rich one. 'Tis but you're putting on a Spanish cloak, I have her within. You need not fear the house, it was not visited, but by me, who came sooner than you expected. It is true, sir, pray you forgive me. Well, let's see your widow. Seen room into a room in the same. How you have eaten your gag. Yes, faith, it crumbled away in my mouth. You have spoiled all then. No, I hope my aunt of fairy will forgive me. Your aunt's a gracious lady, but in troth you were to blame. The fume did overcome me, and I did dot to stay my stomach. Pray you so satisfy her grace. Here comes the captain. How now? Is his mouth down? Aye, he has spoken. A pox, I heard him, and you too? He's undone then. I have been fain to say the house is haunted with spirits to keep churl back. And hast thou done it? Sure, for this night. Why then triumph and sing of face so famous, the precious king of present wits? Did you not hear the coil about the daw? Yes, and I dwindled with it. Show him his aunt, and let him be dispatched. I'll send her to you. Well, sir, your aunt her grace will give you audience presently, on my suit, and the captain's word that you did not eat your gag in any contempt of her highness. Not I, in troth, sir. Here she is come. Down o' your knees and wriggle, she has a stately presence. Dappa kneels and shuffles towards her. Good, yet nearer, and bid, God save you, madam, and your aunt, and my most gracious aunt, God save your grace. Nephew, we thought to have been angry with you, but that sweet face of yours hath turned the tide, and made it flow with joy, that ebbed of love. Arise, and touch our velvet gown, the skirts, and kiss 'em, so, let me now stroke that head. Much, nephew, shalt thou win, much shalt thou spend, much shalt thou give away, much shalt thou lend. Aside, I much, indeed. Why do you not thank her grace? I cannot speak for joy. See the kind wretch, your grace's kinsman right, give me the bird. Here is your fly in a purse about your neck, cousin, wear it and feed it about this day 7 night. On your right wrist, open a vein with a pin, and let it suck but once a week. Till then you must not look on't. No, and kinsman, bear yourself worthy of the blood you come on. Her grace would have you eat no more woolsack pies, nor dagger fruity, nor break his fast in heaven and hell. She's with you everywhere, nor play with costermongers at mumchance, tray trip, God make you rich. When as your aunt has done it, but keep the gallantest company, and the best games, yes, sir, Gleek and Primero, and what you get, be true to us, by this hand I will. You may brings £1,000 before tomorrow night, if but 3,000 be stirring, and you will. I swear I will then. Your fly will learn you all games, within. Have you done there? Your grace will command him no more duties? No, but come and see me often. I may chance to leave him 300 or 400 chests of treasure, and some 12,000 acres of fairyland, if he game well and comely with good gamesters. There's a kind aunt, kiss her departing pot, but you must sell your 40 mark a year now. Aye, sir, I mean. I'll give it away, pox on't, I'll give it mine aunt, I'll go and fetch the writings. 'Tis well away, where's Subtle? Here, what news? Drugger is at the door, go take his suit and bid him fetch a parson, presently, say he shall marry the widow. Thou shalt spend £100 by the service? Now, Queen Dull, have you packed up all? Yes, and how do you like the lady pliant? A good dull innocent. Here's your Hieronymo's cloak and hat, give me them? And the ruff too? Yes, I'll come to you presently. Now he has gone about his project, Dull, I told you of, for the widow. 'Tis direct against our articles. Well, we will fit him, wench. Hast thou gulled her of her jewels or her bracelets? No, but I will dot. Soon at night, my Dolly, when we are shipped and all our goods abroad, eastward for Ratcliffe, we will turn our cost to Brainford, westward, if thou say'st the word, and take our leaves of this all-weening rascal, this peremptory face. Content, I'm weary of him. Thou'st cause when the slave will run a wiving, Dull, against the instrument that was drawn between us. I'll pluck his bird as bare as I can. Yes, tell her, she must by any means address some present to the cunning man, make him amends for wronging his aught with her suspicion. Send a ring, or chain of pearl, she will be touched else extremely in her sleep say, and have strange things come to her. Wilt thou? Yes, my fine flittermouse, my bird o' the night. We'll tickle it at the pigeons when we have all, and may unlock the trunks and say this is mine, and thine, and mine. What now, a billing? Yes, a little exalted in the good passage of our stock affairs. Drugger has brought his parson, take him in, subtle, and send Nab back again to wash his face. I will, and shave himself, if you can get him. You are hot upon it, face whate'er it is. A trick that Doll shall spend £10 a month by. Is he gone? The chaplain waits you in the hall, sir. I'll go bestow him. He'll now marry her instantly. He cannot yet, he is not ready. Dear Doll, cozen her of all thou canst. To deceive him is no deceit but justice, that would break such an inextricable tie as ours was. Let me alone to fit him. Come, my venturers, you have packed up all. Where be the trunks? Bring forth. Here, let us see them. Where's the money? Here in this. Mammon's £10, 8 scarbafaw. The brethren's money this. Druggers and dappers. What paper's that? The jewel of the waiting maids that stole it from her lady to know certain if she should have precedence of her mistress. Yes, what box is that? The fishwives' rings, I think, and the alewives' single money. Is't not Doll? Yes, and the whistle that the sailor's wife brought you to know and her husband were with wad. We'll wet it tomorrow, and our silver beakers and tavern cups. Where be the French petticoats and girdles and hangers? Here in the trunk and the bolts of lawn. Is Drugger's damask there, and the tobacco? Yes, give me the keys. Why you the keys? No matter, Doll, because we shall not open them before he comes. 'Tis true, you shall not open them indeed, nor have them forth, do you see? Not forth, Doll. No, no, my smock rampant. The right is, my master knows all, has pardoned me, and he will keep them, doctor. 'Tis true, you look, for all your figures, I sent for him indeed. Wherefore, good partners, both he and she be satisfied, for here determines the indenture tripartite twixt subtle, Doll, and face. All I can do is to help you over the wall, the backside, I'll lend you a sheet to save your velvet gown, Doll. Here will be offices presently. Bethink you of some cost suddenly to scape the dock, for thither you will come else. Loud knocking. Hark you, thunder, you are a precious fiend. Without, open the door. Doll, I am sorry for thee, I faith, but hear'st thou? It shall go hard, but I will place thee somewhere. Thou shalt have my letter to Mistress Amo. Hang you, Madam Caesarian. Pox upon you, rogue, would I had but time to beat thee. Subtle, let's know where you set up next. I will send you a customer now and then. For old acquaintance, what new costs have you? Rogue, I'll hang myself, that I may walk a greater devil than thou, and haunt thee in the flock bed in the buttery. Scene Roman 3 an outer room in the same. What do you mean, my masters? Without, open your door, cheetahs, bawds, conjurers. Without, we will break it open. What warrant have you? Without, warrant enough, sir, doubt not if you'll not open it. Is there an officer there? Without, yes, 2 or 3 for failing. Have but patience, and I will open it straight. Sir, have you done? Is it a marriage? Perfect? Yes, my brain. Off with your ruff and cloak then. Be yourself, sir. Without, down with the daw. Without, slight, ding it open. Opening the daw. Hold, gentlemen, what means this violence? Where is this collier, and my captain face, these day owls, that are birding in men's purses? Madam Suppository. Doxy, my sister. Locusts of the foul pit. Profane as Bel and the dragon. Worse than the grasshoppers or the lice of Egypt. Good gentlemen, hear me. Are you officers and cannot stay this violence? Keep the peace. Gentlemen, what is the matter? Whom do you seek? The chemical cozener, and the Captain Panda, the nun my sister, Madam Rabbi. Scorpions and caterpillars. Fewer at once, I pray you. One after another, gentlemen, I charge you by virtue of my staff. They are the vessels of pride, lust, and the cot. Good zeal, lie still a little while. Peace, Deacon Ananias. The house is mine here, and the doors are open. If there be any such persons as you seek for, use your authority, search on O God's name. I am but newly come to town, and finding this tumult bout my daw, to tell you true, it somewhat mazed me. Till my man, here, fearing my maw displeasure, told me he had done somewhat an insolent pot, let out my house. Belike, presuming on my known aversion from any air of the town while there was sickness, to a doctor and a captain, who what they are or where they be, he knows not. Are they gone? You may go in and search, sir. Here I find the empty walls worse than I left them, smoked, a few cracked pots and glasses and a furnace, the ceiling filled with posies of the candle, and madam with a dildo rid o' the walls. Only one gentlewoman I met here that is within that said she was a widow. Aye, that's my sister, I'll go thump her. Where is she? And should have married a Spanish count, but he, when he came taught, neglected her so grossly that I, a widower, am gone through with her. How have I lost her then? Were you the Don, sir? Good faith now she does blame you extremely and says you swa, and told her you had taken the pains to dye your beard, and umber a your face, borrowed a suit and ruff, all for her love, and then did nothing. What an oversight and one of putting forward, sir, was this? Well fair an old Hakwabazia yet could prime his powder, and give fire and hit, all in a twinkling, the whole nest fled. What sort of birds were they? A kind of chose or thievish daws, sir, that have picked my purse of 8 score and 10 pounds within these 5 weeks, beside my first materials, and my goods that lie in the cellar, which I am glad they have left, I may have home yet. Think you so, sir? I, by order of law, sir, but not otherwise. Not mine own stuff, sir, I can take no knowledge that they are yours, but by public means. If you can bring certificate that you were gulled of them, or any formal writ out of a cot that you did cozen yourself, I will not hold them. I'll rather lose them. That you shall not, sir, by me in troth, upon these terms they are yours. What, should they have been, sir, turned into gold all? No, I cannot tell, it may be they should. What then? What a great loss in hope have you sustained? Not I the Commonwealth has. I he would have built the city new, and made a ditch about it of silver, should have run with cream from Hogston, that every Sunday, in Moorfields, the Younkas and Tits and Tomboys should have fed on, gratis. I will go mount a turnip cot and preach the end of the world within these 2 months. Surly, what, in a dream? Must I needs cheat myself with that same foolish vice of honesty? Come, let us go and hocken out the rogues, that face I'll mock for mine, if e'er I meet him. If I can hear of him, sir, I'll bring you word unto your lodging, for in troth they were strangers to me, I thought them honest as myself, sir. 'Tis well, the saints shall not lose all yet. Go and get some cots for what, my zealous friends, to bear away the portion of the righteous out of this den of thieves. What is that portion? The goods sometimes the orphans that the brethren bought with their silver pence. What, those in the cellar, the knights or mammon claims? I do defy the wicked mammon, so do all the brethren. Thou profane man, I ask thee with what conscience thou canst advance that idol against us, that have the seal? Were not the shillings numbered that made the pounds? Were not the pounds told out, upon the 2nd day of the 4th week, in the 8th month, upon the table dormant, the year of the lost patience of the saints, 610? Mine earnest vehement butcher, and deacon also, I cannot dispute with you. But if you get you not away the sooner, I shall confute you with a cudgel. Sir, be patient, Ananias, I am strong and will stand up, well girt, against an host that threaten Gad in exile. I shall send you to Amsterdam to your cellar. I will pray there against thy house. May dogs defile thy walls, and wasps and hornets breed beneath thy roof, this seat of falsehood and this cave of cozenage. Another too? Not I, sir, I am no brother. Beats him, away, you Harry Nicholas. Do you talk? No, this was Abel Drugger. Good sir, go and satisfy him. Tell him all is done. He stayed too long a washing of his face. The doctor, he shall hear of him at Westchester, and of the captain, tell him at Yarmouth, or some good pot town else lying for a wind. If you can get off the angry child now, sir. Come on, you have matched most sweetly, have you not? Did not I say, I would never have you tupped but by a dubbed boy to make you a lady Tom? Slight you are a mammet? Oh, I could touse you now. Death, mun you marry with a pox. You lie, boy, as sound as you, and I'm a forehand with you. A nun. Come, will you quarrel? I will fees you, sirrah. Why do you not buckle to your tools? Odds light, this is a fine old boy as e'er I saw. What, do you change your copy now? Proceed, here stands my dove, stoop at her if you dare. Slight, I must love him. I cannot choose, I faith, and I should be hanged fought. Sister, I protest, I honour thee for this match. Oh, do you so, sir? Yes, and thou canst take tobacco and drink, old boy. I'll give her £500 more to her marriage than her own state. Fill a pipe full, Jeremy. Yes, but go in and take it, sir. We will. I will be ruled by thee in anything, Jeremy. Slight, thou art not hidebound, thou art a jovy boy. Come, let us in, I pray thee, and take our whiffs. Whiff in with your sister, brother boy. That master that had received such happiness by a servant in such a widow, and with so much wealth, were very ungrateful, if he would not be a little indulgent to that servant's wit, and help his fortune, though with some small strain of his own candour, advancing. Therefore, gentlemen and kind spectators, if I have outstripped an old man's gravity, or strict canon, think what a young wife and a good brain may do. Stretch age's truth sometimes, and crack it too. Speak for thyself, knave. So I will, sir. Gentlemen, my pot a little fell in this last scene, yet 'twas decorum. And though I am clean got off from subtle, surly, mammon, dull, hot Ananias, dapper, drugger, all with whom I traded, yet I put myself on you that are my country, and this pelf which I have got, if you do quit me, rests to feast you often, and invite new guests. Argument the sickness hot, a master quit, for fear, his house in town, and left one servant there. ease him corrupted and gave means to know a cheetah and his punk, who now brought low, leaving their narrow practice were become cozeners at large, and only wanting some house to set up with him they here contract, each for a share, and all begin to act. Much company they draw, and much abuse in casting figures, telling fortunes, news, selling of flies, flat bawdry with the stone, till it and they, and all in fume are gone. Colofin the Alchemist was published in 1612 by Ben Jonson. This ebook was produced for Standard eBooks by B. Timothy Keith, and is based on a transcription produced in 2003 by Amy E. Zelma, Robert Prince, Sue Scher, and David Widger for Project Gutenberg, and on digital scans from the Internet Archive. The cover page is adapted from Merrymakers at Shrovetide, a painting completed between 1616-17 by Frans Hals. The cover and title pages feature the League Spartan and Sots Mill Gaudi typefaces, created in 2014 and 2009 by the League of Movable Type. This edition was released on November 7, 2024, 8:56 p.m. and is based on revision 29981 F9. The first edition of this ebook was released on April 12, 2019, 10:10 p.m. You can check for updates to this ebook, view its revision history, or download it for different e-reading systems at standardbooksog/ebooks/benjonson/The Alchemist. The volunteer-driven Standard eBooks project relies on readers like you to submit typos, corrections, and other improvements. Anyone can contribute at Standard Booksog. To the reader, if thou beest ma, thou art an understander, and then I trust thee. If thou art one that takest up, and but a pretender, beware of what hands thou receivest thy commodity. For thou wert never more fair in the way to be cozened than in this age in poetry, especially in plays, wherein, now the concupiscence of dances and of antics so reigneth, as to run away from nature, and be afraid of her, is the only point of art that tickles the spectators. But how out of purpose and place do I name art, when the professors are grown so obstinate contemners of it, and presumers on their own naturals, as they are deriders of all diligence that way, and by simple mocking at the terms, when they understand not the things, think to get off wittily with their ignorance. Nay, they are esteemed the more learned, and sufficient for this by the many, through their excellent vice of judgment. For they commend writers, as they do fencers or wrestlers, who if they come in robustuously, and put for it with a great deal of violence, are received for the braver fellows, when many times their own rudeness is the cause of their disgrace, and a little touch of their adversary gives all that boisterous force the foil. I deny not, but that these men, who always seek to do more than enough, may sometime happen on some thing that is good and great, but very seldom, and when it comes it doth not recompense the rest of their ill. It sticks out, perhaps, and is more eminent, because all is sordid and vile about it, as lights are more discerned in a thick darkness than a faint shadow. I speak not this out of a hope to do good to any man against his will, for I know, if it were put to the question of theirs and mine, the worse would find more suffrages, because the most favor common errors. But I give thee this warning, that there is a great difference between those that, to gain the opinion of copy, utter all they can, however unfitly, and those that use election and a mean. For it is only the disease of the unskilful, to think rude things greater than polished, or scattered more numerous than composed. The Alchemist to the lady most deserving her name and blood. Lady Mary Roth. Madam, in the age of sacrifices, the truth of religion was not in the greatness and fat of the offerings, but in the devotion and zeal of the sacrifices. Else what could a handle of gums have done in the sight of a hecatomb? Or how might I appear at this altar, except with those affections that no less love the light and witness than they have the conscience of your virtue? If what I offer bear an acceptable odor, and hold the first strength, it is your value of it which remembers where, when, and to whom it was kindled. Otherwise, as the times are, there comes rarely forth that thing so full of authority or example, but by assiduity and custom grows less and loses. This yet, safe in your judgment, which is a Sidney's, is forbidden to speak more, lest it talk or look like one of the ambitious faces of the time, who the more they paint are the less themselves. Your ladyship's true honourer, Ben Jonson,